Welcome, everyone, to the Chicago Clubhouse podcast. I'll be hosting today. Got T-Nick, who's still a little under the weather. Foul Mouth's going to be on in a little bit. He's running a little bit late from work. So you're stuck with this guy for a little bit. We got not too much going on these days. You know, it's mainly the countdown to the NFL draft right now for all of us. Wondering what we're going to do. There's, rumors floating around that the Bears might move up in the draft. I'm not for that. I believe on last week's show, JB, shout out, made a very, very good point in going out to get Colorado's guy to fill in that role of possibly a slot receiver and possibly a nickel, because I'm also hearing that Kyler Gordon might be moving over to corner. So that'll be very interesting. But in my opinion, I'm only moving up if that defensive end somehow drops to like 4 or 5, which I don't think it's going to happen. But then I might move up. But other than that, I'd even consider moving back. But, we'll break it down a little bit, see what's happening. We're going to talk a little Bulls talk as well, bring up what their odds are, what you guys think their odds are going to be for the play-in coming up, because they're already in the play-in. I think they got good odds to win the play-in. I don't see any good odds to get out of the first round, but you got to give them their shout outs to these young players who came to play. But I'm just really hoping this does not mean, Billy, it just shows Billy Donovan's your guy. Billy Donovan ain't shit. All right. I want him gone. And we just got breaking news a little bit ago that we were just talking about behind the scenes that the Denver Nuggets just fired their coach. He was a game and a half out of first place, and they just fired him. So something had to happen. Our dumbass president and general manager, brought him in, if I'm not mistaken, over in Denver. So, man, would that be a happy moment right there? Because guess what? I'm keeping Vooch if you are bringing Mike Malone in here to coach this Bulls team. I'm telling you that right now, because he knows how to coach a scoring big. But break down a little Blackhawks talk. Their season's over. They did not clinch the worst record in the NHL. They clinched second to worst, but I'm good with that. They're still young. They still got a lot of players coming up. A lot of their young players have played very well. It's their veterans who haven't played awful. So we'll break that down a little bit as well. But other than that, hey, let's get it going.
You are now rocking with the Chicago Clubhouse podcast, where they think they know everything, but honestly, they don't know shit.
These summer league games and they tell you about these new up-and-coming coaches.
I think we should get rid of every motherfucking owner in Chicago.
Enzo and Caruso, both when they are on the court, are like your defensive generals.
But they need to get that strong safety who's not scared to hit somebody.
They really don't know shit.
Yeah, we don't know shit, but we know a little bit here and there. But let's just get it going right away. Like I said, we got a little bit of a short clubhouse bench here, at least as of right now. It's just gonna be me and JB for a little bit until Foul gets on, and I believe we got Mr. Chicago coming on too. But hey, everyone in the chat, everyone watching, man, we'll probably drop the in the banners area. If you guys want to come on and join us, we can send you an invite and everything. Give us your take on these Chicago sports teams. So, but let's bring it in. Let's start it off. Well, we started off. It's the only one we got right now, but he is the man, the stat man, knows every stat from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, presents, 30s, 20s, I'm sure he's got them all. Let's bring him in. JB.
What's up, man?
What's up, sir? How you been, man?
Doing all right, man. Just trying to make it do what it do.
Yeah, I hear you with that one. Hopefully, we're going to start getting some nice weather because this changing of weather is killing my sinuses and my allergies and all that crap, man. Like, it's brutal.
Yeah, it's like winter tried to hold on one more last ditch effort to try to stay relevant.
Yeah, when it snowed yesterday, I was about to flip my shit. It was my son's first baseball practice got canceled because it started snowing out here. I'm like, come on, man.
I was literally looking out my office window like, you got to be on some bull. I'm doing this. Like, it's really snowing.
Like, I literally just look at it. I'm just like, Mother Nature is pissed. She has got to be so pissed off right now. Like, what is going on? Just give me some nice – I'm not saying I don't want 100-degree weather, but I want some nice 70, 80-degree weather, man.
I feel you. Hopefully it's coming. This is April. You know, we need some rain because I need my grass to grow. So,
yeah,
I'll take a little rain.
Yeah, we definitely need some rain.
But, man, before we get deep into some other talk, just what you were bringing up, I just don't understand. Like, you have teams like the Nuggets and teams like the Memphis Grizzlies who are firing their coach literally days before the playoffs. And here we are stuck in low level of mediocrity with Billy Donovan and coach out of a wet paper bag. Like, what are we really saying to our fans, man? What are we saying to the players? Like,
I mean, to be honest, though, like, I believe that's all Chicago sports teams. We wait way too damn long to fire our coaches and our general managers, all that. But this one, I was shocked. I was shocked because, like how you said, you're this close to the playoffs. You're in the playoffs. Your home court advantage first round of the playoffs. Like, what happened?
I read that there was some infighting between the GM, I think his name is it Calvin Booth or something like that, and Mike Malone. Mike Malone went to ownership to try to get him fired, and then the GM went to ownership behind his back to try to get Mike Malone. Ownership was just like, I'm getting rid of both of you.
Like, I would like to know, like, what caused for the GM to be fired? Did they get some bad picks these last few years, or not doing anything for the trade deadlines to make their team better? Like,
I think that was it because and mind you, we're only going 2 years removed, less than 2 years removed from Denver winning the championship.
Yeah,
that team. I mean, I believe all they lost that was like really like an integral piece was KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who I believe is in Orlando. But other than that, I mean, you still have Jamal Murray, you still have Joker, you still have Aaron Gordon, and you still have Michael Porter Jr. So what's the problem?
Yeah.
Did they need to get a little younger, get a little flash? Probably. They have some pieces. Being 2 games? Because I think they're actually 4th now because the Lakers when Lakers beat OKC, I think they actually went up 2-3. But you're talking about they're in the 4th spot, literally like a game and a half, 2 games behind the second place team. And we're talking about firing people? Firing the winningest coach in Denver history.
That makes it even worse right there, man.
You know,
like, it's just to the point where it's just like, and we're here still wondering what Billy Donovan has done to keep his job other than chow down on a piece of gum at a very, very high level. Like, I just don't get, are these young kids making him look good right now? I mean, that's what I'm afraid of. Like, at the same time, like, why did you extend him?
I won't say they're making him look good, but they're just making the GM's picks look more competent. Because I'm like this. They both need to go.
Oh, 100%.
And AK comes from Denver, but they give him too much credit for what Denver had going on. Yes, he was, part of the team that got Joker in the second round. Yes, he was part of the team that got Aaron Gordon in the trade. Yes, he was part of the team that brought got Michael Porter Jr. in the draft. But if I'm not mistaken, like, Mike Malone had been to Denver, 8-9 years?
It was a while. And he got him a title too.
So
like, you still have a damn good championship contending team. You're always going to have that when you have Jokic on your team.
When they ask you, what have you done for me lately? He could be like, I just won you a championship a year and a half.
2 years, yeah. Like, I mean.
What do you want me to do?
Billy Donovan, what has he done? He got us a play-in game. It's pretty much all he's got. He's got us a play-in win. Like, I don't get it. The only thing, like, I mean, and other people are coming out saying, like, it's also making the GM look good because you're seeing how much Zach LaVine and the Kings are struggling. I was just like, that has nothing to do with this because we've said from the get-go, Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan cannot play together. They just can't. Right. And they're just showing it in Sacramento, too. They're putting up numbers. They're just not winning games.
Here's a crazy notion. Just because something didn't work in another place doesn't mean it's going to work in another place.
No, agreed.
What are we saying here? And I'm not saying anything bad about either one of them two players because individually I think they're both really good players. DeMar at his apex was probably, one of the better two guards.
Going to be a Hall of Famer. No matter what people say, he is going to be a Hall of Famer.
Zach, to me, I mean, if we could have found a way to keep Zach here without getting all the pressure put on him, I think he was a good piece. But now, the Bulls, as presently constructed, it's a good show. They're not winning anything without a better coach, but it's a good show. No. For the meantime, for the quick and in the immediate future. But my take is it's the same way we wanted Eber. What's up, Dan? We need to start chanting for Billy Donovan to get fired as well this time.
I agree. I'm hoping like a play-in win and maybe for some odd reason, I'm playing devil's advocate here. A play-in win and then maybe winning 2 games in the first round of the playoffs is going to make him get another extension or something like that. And I don't want that. I don't. He has proven absolutely nothing to me.
I'll say this to that. In my opinion, the only thing that you can do right now, because remember, you still have to deal with Jerry Reinsdorf. Jerry Reinsdorf doesn't really care about the Bulls winning because they sell out all the time.
Agreed.
They're like number 1.
They still have. They've been a top 3 attendance team since '98. And we all know why they're like that because Chicago is passionate fans. No matter how much you suck, they're still passionate fans. Mama.
That's what I need for them to go ahead and handle. Get rid of him and let's move forward. Enough about this depressing Bulls basketball team.
Well, I mean, the sad thing is it's not a depressing team. Like, I mean, they're playing well. They're giving their fans hope. Like, Montez Buzelis, I mean, he looks great, in my opinion. Much better than what I expected him to be. Kobe White, since getting rid of the ball dominant type players and putting in a true point guard like Giddey in there has really helped him shine and take his game to a whole new level. Well, Giddey is shining. Like, I mean, there's a lot of positive things you can say about this team. Patrick Williams still sucks. I mean, that's not gonna change. He's just always gonna be that guy who averages you a quadruple single every single night because that's all he's pretty much gonna give you. But there is promise. But the problem is you're playing well to the point where you're gonna get outside another top 10 pick, and it's just like, man, I would love to get a top 3 pick.
But see, right there, that's where the problem lies. Because now you're literally. Basically, you're fighting for a playing spot instead of like full out. And I'm not saying full out tank, like just put like garbage on the court. But it's like you're doing this to do what? So we can stay in mediocrity and then draft another player that really is not going to do anything for us.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't see the logic in it. And I just don't see why Jerry or Michael, whoever's calling the shots these days, why they just don't say, you know what, hey, it's not working, let's blow it up. Thanks for your service.
Yeah, it's what it should be. But, I mean, horrible ownership pretty much is the main cause of that.
It is, but it's like, and I hate when it flips like this because now the West, you got all these teams in the high 40s and a couple teams with 50, OKC with 60-plus wins. But then you go back to the East, and now we're talking about literally teams with a sub 500 record making the playoffs. And it's like, okay, you get a consolation prize. You make the playoffs by accident. Everybody else is at the top. And then everybody else is just terrible. You know, that's the risk that you run with mediocrity.
Yeah.
And then when you go ahead and you say, well, how do we improve this team? We got to lose.
It's sad to say, yes, because I still like these players are playing well, but we don't have a superstar. And you're not going anywhere if you don't have a superstar. Like there's all these little, you know, things going on that, hey, Giannis's contract is coming to an end and he wants to play for a big city type team. And of course the Chicago Bulls. I mean, it's like we got to stop just praying to the gods that this is going to happen because Giannis is not leaving Milwaukee. He's a god there. All right. Like he's treated like a god there. I don't see him leaving there. They're going to pay top dollar to keep him there.
What are you giving up for Giannis with a lame duck coaching staff and GM?
Wait, what do you mean giving up? Like if you're saying trading for him now?
If you're trying to trade for Giannis, and
we're not trading. His contract is up.
When is his contract up?
I think he's got one more year after this.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, I think he's got one more year after this. And he says he wants to play for a big market team. And the teams that always got pushed out was the LA Lakers, of course. That's always
they can't afford him.
Yeah. But Boston Celtics were brought up. The Chicago Bulls were brought up. The New York Knicks were brought up. He wants to play for a big market team. And would that be great? Sure, but I don't see it happening.
It would be great, but again, we're talking about one of the top guys.
Yes.
Coming here. And of course, Milwaukee, obviously, if they, you know, let him go, they're going to want to get something for him. So they might be shopping to the the highest bidder. Yeah. And he's not an unrestricted free agent until 2028. He's got a player option.
So it's a 2027 player option. Okay.
So they would have to trade for him. So again, here we go.
You'd have to trade your entire team, your entire young core team. Pretty much what the Lakers did with Anthony Davis, you know, when they traded all their young core players and everything like that to acquire him. And I mean, they got him a championship, but yeah, I don't see that happening. The Bulls never make that type of trade anyway. So,
but even if they did, I would still say you're putting your coach and GM to be in a bad situation because now I'm coming into a situation. Yeah, I got Giannis, but I don't have any picks because you're not going to get him for free.
No, you're going to have to give up. If I had to throw a number out there, at least 3 first-round draft picks because you're looking at that. Look what fucking the Timberwolves did for Gobert. What was that, like 5 first-round draft picks?
And that, look how that worked.
Yeah, and I mean, hopefully that was a wake-up call where nobody is going to do that again. But I still feel like, I mean, David put in the chat there, good old David. Giannis is not the answer. I think they need more than Giannis. I agree, especially if Billy Donovan's your coach. Giannis definitely ain't the answer because Billy Donovan can't coach bigs. That's just how it is. Before we go on, we do got another one in the background who just showed up. He is the mouth of the South, as we like to call him here. Let's bring him aboard, Mr. Chicago. Welcome back, sir. It's been a minute.
Yeah, man. It's been since y'all was up there at Israel Donishing restaurant, man. So
yeah, we were hoping you were going to hop on a bus or something and come hang with us.
A little bit of a drive. And I'm too damn relaxed at this point to ever get on a bus again. So
I know,
if it ain't a flight, it ain't gonna happen. The flights have been too expensive.
Rock out the private jet. That'd be nice.
Yeah, that'd be real nice right there.
Yeah. We were just breaking down, talking a little Bulls talk and everything like that. Like, I mean, I don't know if you heard the news. Mike Malone got fired.
I saw
we're
that.
Shocked. Like, that's insane.
That is beyond insane. This late in the season's about to be over with.
They're a game and a half out of first place.
Like, who does that? I'm like,
something had to happen.
Yeah. Well, from what I was reading,
JB heard news on it. Like supposedly he wanted the GM fired at the end of this year and fired him instead.
Yeah. So obviously him and the GM hadn't been getting along. The owner kind of stepped in and saw that and was like, we just gonna cut ties with both of you all, because from what I'm hearing, and I hadn't heard this all season, is that it's been a toxic environment in Denver. I'm just like, wait, toxic, but they're winning? Like, what the hell kind of society do we live in where we're not even rewarding winning coaches or winning locker rooms and coaches who are coaching hard and making sure that he get the best out of his damn players? That's ridiculous.
I will
you
say
want
this.
these damn players to be soft? You want the coaches to be soft on them?
I have watched a couple of their games, though. I have watched a few of their games. They don't seem to like they're having as much fun as they used to, especially Joker. Doesn't really seem like he's that happy-go-lucky type guy lately. But again, I don't know. And I don't know if I'm blaming that on the coach. Like, I think I'm getting rid of the GM before I'm getting rid of the coach, because that coach got you that championship.
Yeah, the coach got them to a championship, and they won one. But from what I'm hearing, Joker actually liked Mike Malone.
Yeah,
so
it's going to be interesting.
So obviously,
that's the only coach he's ever known.
Yeah, that is true. It's the only coach he's had.
The first thought that came to my mind, as soon as I saw this, because we just saw a week ago or 2 weeks ago, another coach was fired. The Memphis Grizzlies coach was fired. I'm just like,
right, Taylor Jenkins.
I don't. What play is Memphis even in a playoff race?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
they're like eighth. They're playing like a Bulls type. Okay.
I was like, listen, who in the hell is firing that coach this late this season if there's no disagreement with the star player and the coach? That's the first thing that came to my mind. I'm like, Joker must don't like this guy, because let's not act like these players don't have no type of leverage or power or influence to get these damn coaches fired. At the rate that we're going at, we're seeing every superstar player after a while is like, well, I'm tired of this. This same old ain't working. But you're not even effectively doing what the damn coach is trying to get you to implement. So, but from this is a different situation, because the GM and coach wasn't getting along, and apparently they didn't like a lot of things that Mike Malone was saying or his approach. I'm like, he has that Tom Thibodeau kind of approach. It's like he's a stern damn coach. He's going to coach your ass to death. He going to make sure he get the best out of you. But that's what you want out of your coach. You don't want them coach being soft on you.
I feel like that's not what you want nowadays, and it drives me nuts. Like how we were talking about, and this is not just that sport. A lot of sports, like everything's just going soft. You cannot be that tough coach anymore. It's sad.
No, you can't.
Well, no, that's not true. You can be that tough coach, but you would have had to have been uber successful, and they dealt with it, right?
But even with that success, though, you got to think about it, JB. The success even gives you a short leash too, because now it's like it's instantaneous now with these players and with the leagues that these players are playing in. It's like, okay, well, it worked 3 years ago, it ain't working today, and that's how quick, fast, and a hurry the turnaround has to be.
But you look at some of the more established coaches, right? When you have, and let's go back to history. We knew when we would play with the Bulls, Phil Jackson was going to be there. We knew that, right? You knew early Detroit, Chuck Daly wasn't going nowhere. Pat Riley and them boy, you knew who was in place unless they wanted to leave, right?
Yeah.
This new generation, and it's not to say because Magic famously got his coach fired. Like, no, I don't like this dude. Get him out of here. So that's not new. But when you're winning, very rarely do you get removed when you're winning.
Yeah, Nick Nurse got fired too from Milwaukee, didn't he?
That's true, yeah. And they were like
they just won the title the year before. I'm like, you fired him?
No, that was Coach Bud. That was Budenholzer.
Yeah, Budenholzer. Yeah, that's what it was.
Because Nick Nurse won it with Toronto.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
But most famously was Doc Rivers, right?
Yeah.
08 Celtics won the championship. Then like 1 year, the year after, he's gone. So we know it has happened on certain occasions like that. But with this particular thing, if you look right now at the state of affairs that's going on in the NBA, what direction are the Denver Nuggets going in if you just got rid of a championship coach?
They're not winning the damn title with no damn interim coach. I can tell you that much.
That's true.
That will not happen.
I don't think the interim coach is going to be doing anything different.
Yeah, I had them contending against OKC in the Western Conference Finals. They're not doing that now.
But well, hold on.
I don't know who the interim coach is, but I damn sure know.
I know who it is. David Adelman is Rick Adelman's son, old Portland coach.
I remember Rick Adelman. I remember him. Yeah,
it's his son. But here's where I say the plot thickens, because now that's the 4 or 5 matchup. Denver versus the Clippers. Guess what the 3-6 matchup is?
Is that,
Is it the Lakers at 3 right now?
Lakers and Golden State.
Lakers and Warriors. Guess who's not playing their players tonight so they can lose to OKC? The Lakers.
Mhm.
They don't want to play.
They're going to be losing OKC.
They don't want to play the Golden State Warriors right now, 3-6. So if they lose, Denver's only a game and a half behind.
Nobody wants to play Denver in the first round, man. Nobody would want to.
Who the hell want to play Golden State in the first round?
That's true, too. That's
don't want to see
yeah.
Steph gonna cook these damn boys. You know, damn well.
Golden State's been on fire, man. They've been playing extremely.
I'm not a fan of this, JB. I don't like this. You go out there to go compete regardless of what damn seed you in. If you ain't have enough wins early in the damn season, you'll start losing or winning games now instead of being get a higher or lower seed. You play the damn hand you was dealt. That's the competition level that I'm
and that's what I was gonna say. What happened to competition? Like nobody wants to compete anymore.
JB, we old timers now. We're the old guys now, complaining about the glory days and how things used to be versus how this shit is now. This is not basketball now. This is not hoping when you out there shooting 300 damn threes a game and not playing no damn defense. That's not basketball.
It is.
It's not.
I hate it.
It's not. But I just look at it as a competitor. I'm not gonna say as a man or a woman because there's plenty of women competitors that's got that same drive, right?
Yeah.
But as a person that wants to be the best, you have to play the best. I ain't ducking no smoke. If I get rid of you in the first round,
I won't.
Let me beat you up in the first round so I ain't got to deal with you no more.
Yep.
Let me get you up out of there.
Let me get you gone right now.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We're not ducking no smoke and all that pandering and posturing and stuff. And it's like, all
this saving yourself for the playoffs and not playing all the game shit. I don't like none of this shit. I really do not. You got 82 games to play. Damn it, you're an able-bodied person to play. Go out there and play. Don't give me this, I'm tired, I'm resting up for the playoffs. So these games don't matter, though. Every game in the season matters.
I agree.
I would think.
Hey, before we go on, we got our fourth member who joined us backstage right now. So let's bring him aboard as soon as he gets people out of the background. Looking out for him there. He usually has that foulest mouth, but ever since he became a daddy, I think he's had that mouth a little bit in check, especially if Ricky's in the background. So let's bring him in, foul mouth C.
I do remember that, David.
Fellas, how's it going?
What up, sir? What up?
What's up, Val?
Oh, nothing much. Got a damn leaf in my shit.
Ooh, I do remember that. Yeah, Dave, I do remember that.
And that was terrible.
Ron tries everything he possibly can, and look at him now. He had to go out and get the best scorer in the NBA and Luka Doncic to join his team. And then you know what? As much as I don't want to flip over to the Lakers, it is now getting released that LeBron knew this Luka trade was happening, and he's just hiding behind it, saying, "Oh, I never wanted Anthony Davis."
Are you really surprised, Frank?
No, I'm not, but I'm happy it's getting leaked
these days about LeBron.
Yeah, he does. I mean, if something doesn't go right, you've seen how many head coaches he has.
A dude is a tool, man.
Seriously.
Like when you all, no matter, and sometimes you got to look at the game within the game. When you get past the bravado and the longevity and stuff, he's a hurting child. He's that person that's like, please like me.
Yeah.
Everybody has to please like me. Let me have my way.
And Lord forbid, JB, if you don't call him the GOAT, now you hating on him. Now you tarnishing his name. Really? You ain't him, Joe. You're not that. Stop this. I don't even like bringing up Jordan in any conversation anymore. I don't like for people to bring his name up because it's like, wait, let me help you.
There you go.
Oh,
TTL runaway back in the house.
Talking about him and you need to talk more about Kobe. Talk more about LeBron and Kobe comparison.
I'm just
leave Michael Jeffrey out of this.
I agree.
I'm gonna say this, and this is for the masses because we've never really had the debate with other fans.
Yeah,
but for me, growing up in Chicago, watching the Bulls, watching the since '84, having my moms and my auntie taking me to the games and stuff, seeing what he did up close and personal. I take stats. grit,
here.
all that.
I saw it.
Dude, don't compare. Forget comparing to him.
The competitive edge, like that was the biggest thing for me.
No, wait.
The eat your heart out mentality.
Yeah.
I'm going out here to embarrass you, and ain't gonna be a damn thing you can do.
He never complained when he had no help on his team. Never.
He could do it all himself.
Listen, fellas, when did LeBron pass Larry and Magic and Kareem? Like, when did that? And even Kobe, when did that happen? Because we know stats. If that's the case, Emmitt Smith will be the best running back, and nobody ever says Emmitt Smith.
I make that argument see, this is why I know you, my brother. I make that damn argument every single day. Just because you got more damn points don't make you the best. Emmitt got more damn yards and touchdowns than Walter Payton. And people gonna sit there and argue me, oh, Barry Sanders is the GOAT. Barry Sanders is great. Barry Sanders wasn't an all-around running back like Walter Payton was. Nobody was. It ain't even damn close. It's not close. Walter the GOAT, or it ain't no damn GOAT. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. But
that's what I'm saying.
Funny about the Jordan comparison, though, JB. You notice how Jordan fans never have to bring up Jordan when we're talking about GOAT, but LeBron fans have to convince themselves and us that he's the GOAT. Yeah. We don't even bring him up. For folks who hate Jordan so much, you're always talking about him.
Right.
I don't like talking about Mike.
It's just blasphemous at this point. And so David, yes, there's definitely an asterisk on that bubble. See, me and David, we right here.
Yeah, no, I'm on the same thing for it too. Because that bubble championship, I always argue with people when they tell me this stuff. Like everyone says the bubble championship has to be one of the hardest championships ever, and I'm just like, how do you figure? Because in my opinion, the number one thing when you are in the NBA Finals is fatigue and injuries. You didn't have that in the bubble because you had like almost a whole off season before the playoffs started.
Now
forget all that. There's no pressure. It was open gym.
It was open gym. It was LA Fitness in there.
There's no pressure. No lights, no real cameraman. No, like come on, man. They did
the WWE thing. They had like the
video
screens,
board,
all the TV screens in the stands as like virtual fans, basically. Yeah. If you subscribe to it, that's what the hell kind of fan you were.
What do you think? We haven't heard you yet. What's your opinion on this?
I'm just trying to catch up. So where did all this come from?
Well, we're breaking down. We were breaking down a little Bulls talk to start off with because we heard like the crazy breaking news that the Denver Nuggets fired their head coach.
Yeah, fired Malone. Yeah.
And everybody was so shocked. So that's why we decided to start talking a little basketball first, and then the conversation started coming about as far as like what people have done to the game, and that's why LeBitch James decided to get brought up in the conversation.
The playoffs start next week. You go fire your coach a week.
A game and a half out of first place, too.
That's crazy.
Well, I think they're 2.5 now.
I've never heard that in my life. I've never heard no such thing.
Well, there was a coach earlier this year that was fired too. That wasn't
Memphis.
Memphis Grizzlies. That was last week. That was just last week.
Yeah.
Well, to me, fellas, all this beginning to show is something that I've been fearful for, which for the longest is that players have too much power in the NBA. Agreed. And I'm pretty sure more than likely these moves that's done, you're talking about two coaches that's been fired that have had successful seasons with this. I mean, hell, Mike Malone, didn't he bring them a fucking
2 years ago they won a
championship? But this situation was more about him and the GM. And
there was like a behind the scenes thing with him.
It was some players that felt a certain way because of how he was coaching Joker and coaching Jamal Murray. A little different than he was coaching everybody else and being a little tough on everybody else, but it was really about his clashing with the GM that the owner saw and stepped in and was like, okay, I'm a fire both.
Yeah, I mean, that part of that has to play with it because you also got to think about it. Who do the players go run to? They go run to the GM.
They run to the GM behind the coach's back.
Yeah, but they in second place in the West.
I totally understand it.
Yeah, they're in fourth now because they lost.
It's totally inexcusable. Like back in the day, you never saw coaches that had winning records or a winning atmosphere.
I've never seen that in my life.
And get fired during the middle of the season, especially when they're number 2. And now you got these coaches that's getting fired. Like I said, the players the money's gotten too big. Hence why the NBA is not as fun as it used to be. Because the players don't come out. They don't play with no heart. Like I tell you guys all the time. I watched more WNBA games last year than I watched NBA games.
Listen, I'm right there with you. I haven't watched that much college or NBA. This is the least amount of basketball I've watched in my entire life.
Yeah,
I've grown up in Chicago. Y'all know Chicago is the mecca of hooping. So,
I don't watch
know what
hooping
is.
No, I don't either.
Like this is not fun, man.
I used to watch the NBA like crazy, obviously, when Derrick Rose and that fun team was going on. But
it's like
after that happened, like you look at
point shooting and no defense. That's not.
You look at the awful, all-star festivities that they have now. Like, there's nothing positive going for the NBA right now, and it's sad. It really is. Like we all agree, Angel Reese is trash. David coming in hot.
Think about this.
This is the thing I would tell David. She's not trash.
She ain't trash.
She's a rookie. She has a lot to learn.
Now, the way she probably becomes about things, you know what I'm saying?
Is trash.
That comes out her mouth, I would definitely say
she
that
needs some more maturing.
As far as her game,
she's still young.
Her game is not really trash. It's not the best polished game,
right?
But it's not trash.
No, it's not trash.
You can say she's garbage.
She's Dennis Rodman now.
But she's Dennis Rodman with more offense. Yep. You know, she just needs to work on her offense and her layups. That's it. Outside of that, what you got to say?
I'm gonna say this, Val and JB, y'all can contest this. With all four of us growing up in Chicago, growing up when there's a million parks in the city to go hoop in. Some of them parks you had to be invited in. You had to be invited to go hoop. Some of them parks you had to know folks that hoop there to even be on that court to hoop. And some parks you had to know how to hoop, and folks had to have known you or seen you somewhere hooping in order for you to go play at that park. This is why I say, and people, it was another guy I've argued with in the barbershop. He from New York. He was all
make her a highlight,
make a basketball. Man, you tripping because y'all known for Rucker Park because a lot of celebrities grew up there and around that area. Mm-hmm. Chicago, you had to come with it every damn day you stepped on any court in Chicago. No matter what park you was in, no matter who you brought with you or who your guys were, y'all better hoop. Because I guarantee you, if you wasn't that hooper like that, it's gonna be a long ass time before you actually played.
But see, let me expound upon that because then there's levels to even that. You might get on a game or two at the lake. You might get on Cole Park if you know somebody. You might even get into Foster Park if you knew Red back in the day.
Exactly.
Right?
You had to know some folks over there.
You can get in any park to hoop out here. I'm just saying.
You had to know some folks out there at Foster Park, though. Just so you know.
I'm saying, like that, Foster Park was you. It was different. You was different. Then, if you didn't go to IIT at all or Moody Bible, and then stop talking to me.
Man,
just don't talk to me no more. Because you're not that guy. If you don't know what it's like to hoop at Moody Bible or to hoop at IIT,
listen.
I'll talk.
As a player who played in Chicago Park District tournaments growing up hooping, man, let me tell you, you saw competition from every side of the city, every town, every neighborhood, and everybody came with it, man. My grandfather used to run the Chicago Park District. He used to run Ogden Park over there on Ray C, on 64 and Ray C.
Inglewood, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm an Inglewood child, man, through and through. So growing up there, I got to see a lot of folks go out there who I used to hoop against Jeremy Pargo, who went to Robeson High School before he actually ended up in the league and played for the Memphis Grizzlies. I used to live in Memphis and I saw him in the club one time. I'm like, man, what you doing down here? I was like, I thought you was still in Chicago. He's like, man, I play for Grizzlies. I was like, for real? Damn, I live in Memphis. I ain't been paying enough attention to the damn Grizzlies. So saw him playing, and from that day on in the club, I started watching him. I'm like, yup, he still got it. I remember
Which makes it so sad that Chicago can't have a dominant Chicago college team. From all the skilled basketball players, and
we had one in the early '80s. It was called DePaul.
Oh, okay, I'll give you
that.
Was
true.
I mean, they were actually pretty good in the early 2000s for a couple
Illinois.
Of years
The University of Illinois still have a good team for the most part, and they started to come back around. But ever since 2004 with D. Brown and Durham Williams,
they stopped recruiting Chicago heavy.
Yeah, I don't understand why they do that.
Before they did that, I think like Luther Head may have been the first like city guy that they had. Recruited
a long time,
in Illinois for a very long at Illinois for a very long time because they usually got like a lot of the suburban guys, like a lot of the Peoria Manuals. That's where you saw Sergio McClain, Frank Williams, and them, Marcus Griffin. Those guys came over. They got a bunch of suburbanites to go over there.
Michigan oftentimes take a lot of our Chicago players in both football and in basketball. They're like, listen,
they just took one in basketball this year. A guy that was.
I was pissed about that when I saw that.
That was crazy. I was like,
I know you were.
They definitely going far in the tournament next year.
See, you got to remember though. Now, Darren Williams is from Texas.
Texas. D. Brown from Chicago.
D. Brown is from Chicago, but he played at Proviso East, which is in hell. What's the two towns?
West suburbs.
Yeah, it's like Bristol Park or something like that, ain't it?
No. What is that? It's right across Austin. You know what I'm talking about?
Aurora?
No, it's not Aurora.
That's over by me. Damn.
Nah, it's right off of 290.
Oh yeah, okay.
They got it's two different places and they got the same damn name.
Yeah, it's Proviso East and Proviso West.
Yeah.
Right, but what's the two towns?
Oh shit! Don't get me the line.
Yeah, listen.
Somebody going to church.
We spend a whole lot of damn time out in the suburbs.
The crazy part about it is,
time in the city.
So I saw a podcast, right? Podcast that had Brandon Jennings, who I think is a fucking D Rose hater because he bust his ass so many times.
Maywood and Bellwood.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Maywood and Bellwood.
Maywood and Bellwood, yeah.
Maywood has
so you had not D Burn. You had Tony Allen on there. You had Zach Randolph. You had what's the boy name? Brandon Jennings and a couple guys on there. So they were just talking about the different states or cities or whatnot, talking about the hoopers that they would sit up there and choose. So Zach Randolph being from Indiana, he brought us some of the Indiana hoopers. Tony Allen said, "Hey, you can't include none of this shit unless you bring out some of the Chicago ballers." Absolutely. So anyway, they were going back and forth. Brandon Jennings said, "I would take Gilbert Arenas over D Rose." I said, "Wow."
What?
Wait, say that again.
He said
that shit because he on his damn show.
He said he would take
on Gil's podcast.
He said he would take Gilbert Arenas over D Rose.
Boy, that's hella cap. Get his goof ass out of here with that.
You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you?
Yes.
I'm wondering, how would you take Gilbert Arenas? Because Gilbert Arenas not one time was considered the best player in the NBA when Rose
Never.
was. Gilbert Arenas does not have an MVP.
He wasn't even an MVP right now. Gilbert can hoop now. Don't get me wrong. But
no. Don't get me wrong. He's no scrub at all. Gilbert, Gilbert, but the
he also
thing
said
Gilbert
Michael wasn't shit either, though. So
Gilbert reminds me of a lot of Carmelo. You think of Carmelo Anthony, you don't think about a guy that's a team player. You don't think about a guy that's had a lot of playoff success. You don't think about a guy that won championships. You think about a guy that was selfish and can get his.
He was an ISO player.
That's all you think about. You think about like one-on-one, he's a killer. But when it comes down to team ball,
I'd take Carmelo over Arenas too.
I think Gilbert Arenas made it out the first round one time in his career. Once.
Here's the thing. This is why I hate to do this, but I got it. I love my numbers. Gilbert Arenas was a better basketball player at Arizona than he was, because remember they lost in the championship. Remember that team with Arizona, Gilbert Arenas, Richard Jefferson, and them boys. That's that team. But when you look at what Gil, let me be perfectly clear. Gil had a 3-year stretch, scoring, 3 consecutive All-Stars. That after that, and before that, Gilbert Arenas was not as good as people think he was. Do you know Gilbert Arenas has never had never shot 50% from the field? Do you know Gilbert Arenas has as many 30% field goal shooting seasons as he does 40? Gilbert Arenas has also never shot 40% from the three. We give Gil a lot of.
He never gave you the dubs.
Gilbert Arenas was a hired gun who wasn't as good and prolific as people make it seem.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, he's not a prolific. He's a high volume scorer.
He's a high volume scorer. That's it.
He's
gonna take 30 shots to hit 50 to hit
She locked us up.
12.
But he'd lock you up.
I mean, he'd lock everyone. I mean, he'd lock me up. I know that for sure.
Gilbert Arenas would get locked up because he'd have a gun on his in the locker room, and then Jarvis Hayes was like, "Well, I got guns too." Dummy.
Yeah, but it was an interesting podcast and the subject that they were definitely talking about. I found it amusing. And yeah, it was pretty entertaining. But like we said up there, said, as far as when it comes down to LeBron James, there's no way. I don't give a care how many times he comes on TV, goes on a podcast, and act like he doesn't know what's going on with whatever organization decisions are being made, whichever organization that he is a part of. That man knows about everything. He is a GM. He's not a good one.
Horrible one. Yeah, horrible GM. But
yeah, he's not a good one, but he is a GM. He knows exactly what's going on and what moves those teams are going to sit up there and make. People got to remember, the only reason why he's not in Miami because Pat Riley wouldn't kiss his ass.
That's 100% right. He wanted the head coach fired. He wanted Spoelstra fired.
And that was Pat Riley's prodigy. Pat Riley's like, no, I'm not getting
Pat Riley, because look what Spoelstra's still doing, man. That team is
the thing about it, though, Jimmy Butler, I felt like he went about that the wrong way. And I understand.
No, we're not talking about Jimmy. We're talking about LeBron.
Yeah, we're talking about LeBron. When he was
not Jimmy, LeBron.
He wanted Spoelstra gone, and that's why ultimately he left.
No. It was more than that. Remember, Pat Riley's old school. He told him, hey, you get your cronies. Mm-hmm. They don't get to come in here and eat this lobster and this cracked crab and this all this. You get 1 or 2 times. Other than that, hey, they gotta hit the bricks.
Well, you want to know why that is, right? Because they did that in Cleveland. In Cleveland, his boys had all access to the team plane.
Yeah, Pat Riley old school
around the stadium, all that. You know what I'm saying? But that's what happens when you're a part of a weak organization where they allow a player to dictate any and everything that's going to go.
Yeah. When you were a part of an organization known for a winning culture that obviously is carried on for decades. So Cleveland Cavaliers, they known for winning like that. So they did whatever the hell they could do to please LeBron versus Miami and Pat Riley more particular. Like Pat Riley ain't for that shit. Pat Riley don't coddle no damn body. He gonna tell you like it is, how it is, and when it is. So
he got drafted there. They kissed his ass. He left. Then he went somewhere else. Came back. They kissed his ass, and he left.
Wait, fired the coach. Fired Mike Brown after like a 60-something win season.
Oh, he fired David Blatt too.
Did he get Tyronn Lue fired too? Because Tyronn Lue won the.
Yeah, he's on like his 9th head coach.
No, I think he left, and then Tyronn Lue.
Because the bubble championship goes to Frank Vogel. The bubble championship is for
left, and
Frank Vogel.
They fired him.
So he's also an expert in foreign affairs and economics. He might be. Who knows?
Hey, LeBron
James for president.
That's the thing too, man. I appreciate what LeBron has done for the game.
LeBron Queen James.
Yeah, I can appreciate what LeBron has done for the game because I do think he played amazing.
You can't take away his greatness. He is great.
I'm not denying his skill level. Like I would say, obviously, his how long he has played and still played at a high level it's ridiculous. There's no question I'm giving him props for that.
It's highly commendable.
I would say his biggest accomplishment to me is coming into the league, following somebody like Michael Jordan, having all that hype, still competing to that hype, and keeping yourself pretty much for the most part out of trouble. So I'm going to give him credit for that because that's not easy to do.
But see, I'm going to pump the brakes on the credit for that statement alone because, yes, you will get credit for being 40 years old playing to the level of a 20-year-old or 25. You definitely get all the kudos.
Absolutely.
Because everybody spends $1 million on his body. Everybody can't do that. We've seen Kevin Willis 22 years, John Sally 22, Vince Carter 20.
Robert Parrish played like 37 years.
but not to that caliber. I give him the credit on all of that. Where it gets me is when people talk about how skilled he is, but then you look at it like if you look at if the rules were what they were back in the day.
Agreed.
He really can't dribble. He's supposed to be this Magic Johnson savant in passing, but he leads the league in turnovers by a mile.
To pass up somebody like Russell Westbrook in turnovers, that's not easy to do.
But listen.
He uses his side. Like now, on average, he's bigger than damn near everybody he goes against. So he uses his height and size to his advantage, which is a.
And you can't touch anybody now, and that's why I said. That's why I say I want people to really look at the whole picture when they talk about greatness.
Dave's hot today. Let me tell you, he's on
eye test. The eye test is more than just, oh, I seen him dunk, or oh, I saw him. They love to show that play where he went around the back between the legs and it went through Tristan Thompson's legs too. He didn't do that on purpose.
No,
that was an accident, and it just happened to work.
Like the thing is, like you're always pointing out the good things in LeBron, you know, the points, but then you never like his assist. Never talking about his turnovers, his points, whether he's like double the amount of shots than any other person in the NBA. Like
free throw shoot
is terrible.
Right,
we're the worst free throw shooters.
You brought up Westbrook.
Like I mean, geez.
Right, you brought up Westbrook, and here's why I say people are pigeons. People will say how selfish Russell Westbrook is because he chases triple doubles. But then they'll turn around in the same sentence and say how great LeBron is for chasing triple doubles.
Credit to LeBron.
100%.
Like he stat pad. Oh, it's just greatness. So he ain't purposely out there to stay longer so that his record can't be touched for the next 40 years. That's ridiculous. Now stop.
Listen to me. These are facts. Point guards. His own point guard. Y'all remember Mario Chalmers?
Hates him.
Called him a B.
Yep, and then
like, dude,
Chalmers got traded.
Man, stop acting like a B.
Yep.
Listen,
Mario Chalmers was on the next thing smoking though after that because he was like, hey, we can't do that to the queen. But he was right. Then you have a situation where he cost Tristan Thompson $1 million bonus because Tristan Thompson, remember when Cleveland, if he averaged double digits rebounds, he got a bonus. When LeBron was staying on rebounds, he missed it. Listen to me though.
Good, no way.
Listen to me. He missed his bonus, and LeBron had to. Man, my bad. I got you. I'm gonna get you another contract. But nobody stood up there and said how selfish he was for trying to get all the assists, all the stats. But at that time when Westbrook was doing that, y'all remember OKC didn't have nobody. KD was gone. Harden was gone. It was Westbrook and Serge Ibaka.
Yep. And I think Steven Adams.
Steven Adams.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the narrative is screwed. God saved the queen my ass. I don't like him.
Listen, the one thing I don't like again, and this is no hate towards LeBron, but I terribly dislike LeBron fans because they don't have the ability to be objective when it comes to him. They think every damn thing he says and does is go or right, and he does no wrong. That's bullshit because he controls his own narrative, and he was sitting up here as if though he's not flopping. He'd be out here flopping, and then he's the only person I've ever seen who would cry to the ref about a foul he committed and a fake foul that was committed against him. I'm just like, dude, you fouled that man. Why are you arguing?
Did anybody ever try this in 2K24? It is so true. If you get into a commotion with LeBron James on your My Career mode in 2K24, you are traded the next day.
Wait, what? No, I did not know that. And
yes, I've tried that before.
I did not know that. I'm going to try that now.
Hey, you know what I did? You know what I did when I got drafted to the Lakers one year? I decreased LeBron James minutes to the lowest possible.
That's a good one too.
I don't even want dude on the court with me. Hey man, hit the bricks, dude. Hit the back. You're not top five.
As hell, though.
You're not even top five to me. Like you like 8 or 9. Like you're not even that.
That's petty as hell, JB.
That's my decision.
I'm not denying that.
I'm saying they cannot claim the Lakers. Yeah. Because
not today. All these damn fake ass Lakers fans, they are fake Lakers fans. They just LeBron fans like Shannon Sharp is. He ain't even a real damn Laker fan. He talking about Lakers in 5. Boy, you ain't even a Laker fan. Get out of here.
Well, let's hear your take on this. I want to hear your take on it too.
What are you talking about? The Lakers?
LeBron.
The Queen.
Ain't nothing too much that you can say about LeBron James. I respect LeBron James' greatness. He is one of the greats. He's one of the best to ever play the game. He surpassed all expectations that was placed upon him as a rookie coming into the league. I don't respect a lot of the things that he does do, but my bias would never, and I wouldn't even say it's a bias, I would never sit up there and be one of those type of people because I don't like him. You know, I downplay his greatness. I can't do it.
I'm not.
No. I'm not saying you guys.
No, I'm just saying in general.
There are people out there that because they don't like, or just period. It could be anybody. It could be any player, coach, or whatnot. Because you don't like something that they do,
you can't see.
You let your bias come in, and you just sit up there and say, "Oh yeah, like he's not good. He's not great because you know he
unless
he didn't vote for Obama or something like that. You know,
no, that's just
well, hold on.
I mean, but the crazy part about it is that you got
unless
people that's like
piece of shit that used to play for them green fucks. Like, no, fuck him. I don't like him as a person.
I don't like Brett Favre as a person at all. If he was on fire, I wouldn't piss on him.
The other motherfucker after him, I don't like him either. I don't respect him as a person, as a player, as a man. None of that. I don't like nothing about him. I'm talking about number 12.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like,
you know what? I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I don't agree.
I don't like nothing about him.
Cool.
For me, I have more disdain.
I definitely like Brett Favre. I don't like Rodgers' whole ass either. Rodgers is a piece of shit. I don't like him. I don't respect him.
Well, the crazy part is Rodgers learned from Brett Favre. I mean, you couldn't think about it. Brett Favre treated him like shit.
Aaron Rodgers.
No, Brett Favre hated him.
Yeah, he treated him like shit. He came in. Aaron Rodgers did the same thing.
And he followed in the same damn footsteps that he followed in.
He damn near almost went to the same damn teams because trust me,
that would have been funny if he was like
it ain't over. He still might.
He still might. The jury's still out on that, so it might still happen.
Two sons, Brian Price.
So, hey, I do have a Post-it note, and it kind of gets kind of goes into what we're talking about. So, I want your guys' take on this. So, let's get that going, and then we'll get into some Bears talk. All right, so starting it off, the topic of this is a little bit of hockey and basketball. All right, so as I'm sure a lot of people are aware, Alexander Ovechkin just broke Wayne Gretzky's all-time scoring record, 895 goals in his career. All right, so we had to have the people at the sports freaking casters talking, which record is more impressive to you? So this is going around like crazy right now, and I want to like start off by saying, for starters, this is a dumbass fucking comparison. It is a very stupid comparison because it is two totally different style sports.
Totally different.
All right, so I don't like this comparison, but I mean, you guys, who wants to start it off though?
I'll start it off because I probably know the least about hockey. But I know this. On Blades of Steel, I was making sure I picked Edmonton because of that guy they called the Great One. Yeah. There was a cartoon when we was little called Pro Stars.
Pro Stars
with Bo Jackson, Michael.
I got it,
the GOAT.
I got it.
Yes,
I got it.
Yes, I'm like, hey, my thing is this: Ovi, same games and all that. Love Ovi. You passed his goals.
You're never going to catch it. You're never going to. Nobody will ever.
Nobody will ever.
No.
You got to play like 27 years.
Yeah.
Like, shit.
That's a great accomplishment.
It is.
Yeah. Wayne G still the GOAT.
The thing is, though, like Wayne Gretzky was not
Wayne G still the GOAT.
Goal scorer. People don't understand that. He wasn't a goal scorer who still had the most goals in NHL history. He was a playmaker. He has over, I think it's like 2,500 points, and only 895 of those are goals. Like,
right.
I mean, Like, it's absolutely insane.
His assist was pretty high up there too, from what I understand.
But comparing, like,
no, that's the thing. His assist record, they're saying you got to play about 27 years to beat that.
But comparing that record, Ovechkin breaking the all-time goal record to LeBron breaking the all-time point record, I just don't see how you can compare those with the different styles of sports.
So let me ask you this, Frank. So since you're the hockey expert, would it be comparable if it was the points?
No, if it was the points, yes.
I'm being serious. Like, because nobody thought that anybody would ever break Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record.
No, you're not wrong on that.
Yeah.
And everybody sits up there saying the same thing about Wayne Gretzky. You know, they thought it was just the goals, but shit. Apparently, nobody will probably ever surpass him as far as when it comes down to points. So I think the points in the NBA, when they're comparing that, and the points in hockey is something that's more comparable as far as the goals than to the points in the NBA.
But see, that's the caveat, because the points
like that
is a combination of goals and assists.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying.
That's hard to me. That's harder to do.
Let's not take into account the amount of goals that he had in the playoffs too, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, Wayne Gretzky has already like 80 more goals, just playoff goals, than Ovechkin.
That's what I'm saying.
No, they're not counting playoffs. It's just
it's only regular.
He's not even accounting his playoff goals.
No, it's not. No.
So
but this is where I was like, where I'm going as far as the points go and everything like that, and I'm not declining LeBron James breaking Kareem's record. I'm not doing that whatsoever. But the biggest thing that I see is look how much easier it is to score now in the NBA because they don't play defense.
There you go.
They don't play defense. It's a lot easier to score. But you flip it to hockey, they upgraded the technology to make shots harder, to make shots more accurate and everything. So in order to counterpart that, hockey made smaller hockey goals. So they used to have bigger goals until the technology changed. Then they made smaller goals to try to even the playing field.
Aren't the goalies bigger now? Like their equipment
goalies are like the same size as the freaking nets. So that's where I always go. Like hockey, it's harder to score that more like that amount of goals as opposed to basketball, who just doesn't. It's not as physical as like it was. But if you were talking about LeBron in the 90s breaking that all-time record, I'd be talking totally different level.
Yeah, now, I would think the comparison would be more like a Brady Mahomes to like Wayne Gretzky and Ovi, more so than LeBron breaking Kareem record, because when you think about how much Mahomes has accomplished in a short period of time versus that same period of time in comparison to Brady, that would be a better and more fair comparison to me. At least I would think that.
I'll yes and no, because now I'm gonna bring his Aaron in. Michael sitting at 32, what is it, 32-9,
32-9, 32-9-6-2. Yeah.
Something like that,
if
right?
If he never retired, he would have broke that record.
Well here,
if he cared to break the record, he would have. But he didn't care to do that.
No. It's more than that, fellas. You all forget one big thing. Michael lost almost a year, his rookie year. I'm sorry, his sophomore year, second year.
His second year from his broken foot.
Only averaged 22. Yep. Then he took a year and 3 quarters, call it 2 years off. Yep. Only played 19 games that last season.
Yep.
Then that's 5.
Yep.
I mean, that's 2. Call it 2 complete years. Then when he retired in 98, he took 3 years off.
So that's 3 more. 3 more.
So that's 5.5 years of points missing from his career.
Let's just say 6 years. Just to be on the safe side. We'll say 6 years.
He was only 6,000 points away from Kareem when he finally did retire.
Michael Jordan, you're talking about somebody who was scoring over 3,500 points.
He's the only player. He's the only player in history to have over 3,000 points in the season.
Like, come on, man. And he did it more than once.
Yeah, he did that 4 times.
This man is incredible, man. Like, you cannot
3,000 points?
Come on, man. His career average is 32.6 a game for
No, it's 30. It's 30.1 now. The Washington brought it down. It's 30.1 now.
They brought that shit down. No, it's 30. That man averaged 32 points a game for his entire career, and then he still has the most 40-point games, most 50-point games, and now it just so happened that LeBron surpassed him in 30-point games just recently, and you played 6-7 more years than him. Come on, man.
What are we talking about?
Come on, man. You can't.
Hey. What the dude say in Star Wars? He's no Jedi. Man, skip dude. He ain't no goat.
That's where we need Grogu. Grogu needed to explain that to us.
He's a goat. He's not the goat.
He's not the.
True.
Mike, I always tell people this who ain't Jordan fans. You don't even get to call him Jordan. Jordan is a damn verb and a noun. You call him Michael Jeffrey, goddammit. You don't call him by his last name because you ain't earned that right. Matter of fact, let me tell people out here who listening in, if you are a LeBron fan, I'm Michael Jordan correspondent. You ain't even allowed to rock Mike's shoes. I'm telling your ass that right there now. You ain't even allowed to put on Mike's. And in Chicago, we call them Mike's. They ain't called J's. Hell, we don't even say Jordans. They call Mike's. You ain't allowed to rock Mike's. Yeah, I said that shit.
We did get completely off topic from the Post-it note. We went right back to Mike Jordan again.
But no.
One other thing about that Post-it note too.
The hockey goal is harder for me. I vote for harder.
I would think so too.
But one other thing that was brought up in that same conversation, I want you guys to take on it too. And I know Shannon Sharp and PK Subban were going like hard back and forth with this.
Is Shannon a hired gun?
Like, I don't know, yeah. But LeBron,
I think Mike probably snubbed him for an autograph or some shit. Like he gets so disrespectful and outraged.
He was saying though,
it sickens me.
He was saying LeBron James's longevity was better than Alexander Ovechkin's as well, because both of them are still playing in their 40s. Both of them are still playing at a high level. But I feel PK Subban put the mic drop on them when he said, he was like, LeBron James played one complete season his entire NBA career. Alexander Ovechkin played 20 years. He's 40 years old. He missed a grand total of 34 games.
That's his whole career.
That's his whole career. That's insane.
That is you're thinking of hockey and how abusive that shit
now,
is.
If you tell me that ain't longevity, damn it, what are we talking about?
And the craziest thing is, out of those 34 games, one season was, I think it was 18, was one season when he broke his collarbone. That was his longest one. So take that 18 out. Like, I mean, Jesus. I can't, like, LeBron.
So you're saying Ovi might have broken that record a while ago.
Oh, hands down. Yeah. He could have. He could have beat it if he didn't, because Wayne Gretzky also was given the gift of never getting hurt. So because nobody was ever allowed to touch Gretzky.
Frank, what's the most game?
Hey, Crook. Hey, y'all see what Crook just put? Bron's son doesn't even rock LBJ.
He doesn't. Wait, does he wear Jordans? I thought he was
wearing
Jordans.
Of course he do.
Wait a minute. Are we having this conversation right now? LeBron wears Jordan right here.
Yeah.
Right here.
Where's the goat on his sleeve, literally?
You want to? Well, the thing about it is that the reason why a lot of people don't like LeBron James is because LeBron James loves himself more than anybody, and also he makes things about him, from him flopping and acting like he's all this hurt, like he's this extremely hurt when he isn't, acting like he got hit when he didn't.
Such a danger.
Also, what I found so profound, which basically sums up LeBron James to me as an NBA player and as a person that's full of himself. When he talked about Saquon Barkley, and when Saquon Barkley did that leap, he said, "Oh, guess what shoes he had on? LeBron's." He made it about himself.
Saquon did it?
Yeah. He didn't acknowledge the play like that, but he said, "Oh yeah, he did those in LeBron."
No. Frank, I have an extra question. So,
yeah,
in the time span that Alex missed those games, how many games what's the most games he missed in one season?
That one season was 19 games.
19 games. Okay.
And that was when he broke his collarbone.
Well, can we get off this topic? Because I'm tired of talking about LeBron.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to get that posted note. Now we can
Yeah.
get some Bears talk. I know there's not too much to talk about Bears, but I mean, we got
They showed up.
yeah, we got draft. Draft is getting close.
I mean, not only that, but Ben Johnson finally got a chance to sit down and talk with his boys today.
Yeah, man.
You did.
And the players came out, did a press conference. Caleb, Tremaine, JJ, and
I was waiting for him to have that
spoke about it.
One-on-one. Yeah, I was waiting for him to have that one-on-one with Caleb. I was waiting
to hear when I saw Darnell Wright was on the press on the podium talking. I was like, okay, let me hear from him what Ben Johnson and his coaching staff was talking to him about. Because
what did you come away with it? How did you like some of the responses that the players had to say about their first real interaction with Coach Johnson?
Go ahead. Who wants to go first?
Go ahead.
I'll fall on short again. I just feel that renewed energy, right? That refreshness, and I'll say this: how often do we hear from offensive line?
We got to answer this question here. What do we think about this question here from David?
Well, we'll come back to that one.
Yeah, we'll come back to questions because that's a good question. Right?
It is. Don't tag that. But seriously, fellas, like we've been watching this a long time. How often do we hear from the linemen?
We don't,
especially like
right
new regime. We really don't hear, right? We really don't. Every now and again, I remember back in the day, we would hear from Olin if Olin had to slap somebody or Olin had to get somebody right. We would hear from Olin. I would hear way back in the day. I would hear from Nate Newton and them boys in '93 with the Cowboys, but they was talking shit, right? You didn't really hear from I remember maybe like Anthony Munoz maybe one or two times saying something like we got to do better. But other than that, you don't really hear from linemen. So for me, to hear Darnell Wright actually be the first person, like the first,
not just any lineman, JB. It was Darnell Wright.
It was Darnell Wright. I like
the veteran offensive lineman that's been on this team longer than the other four that's here.
Yes, I like that. For me, that's just for me. I like that.
I did too.
No, I agree. I feel the same way. I felt like a new energy. Like everybody was relieved and happy for a fresh start. Like, and they came out like they feel like, wait, we got the right guy, man. He knows what he's talking about. He's not gonna be like freaking Eberflus who just didn't allow us to, like, no accountability was ever made.
Who is that? I don't know who that is.
Like, he's gone now, man. Let me.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Isn't he Dallas's D coordinator?
He is Dallas's D. Yeah. Which, I mean, I didn't think he was a bad DC. So, I mean, some people are just. I mean, we're just hoping to the gods that our new head coach is not just an OC. We're hoping he's going to figure this out and pull off like a LaFleur type thing of like what we've been seeing. That's what we want.
Yeah. Now, personally, I would tell you.
Yeah, that's all we can hope.
Yeah. Now, I mean, hearing from JJ first and foremost, and then hearing from Tremaine, who I kind of thought that TJ Edwards would be the person that would speak versus Tremaine Edmonds speaking, but
I think Edmonds is more your captain. Yeah, he was more your captain defensively.
Well,
so that's
I do love the fact that it's been reported that all that captain shit is going to dwindle. So now we're going to have just a small number of captains. We'll need no damn 10 and 15 damn captains on this damn team, and you ain't doing captain shit. No. So we're going to have the right set of guys who are going to earn that C on their damn jersey this offseason, right? So I'm not going to put a whole lot of stock in. This is an introduction meeting to the players and to the coaches, getting to know the players. So I would say that, for what it was worth, and I'm only going to take it for what it was worth, I thought it was pretty promising to hear these guys talk about how, you felt a different presence in that room when it came to him talking. When he came to Dennis Allen talking to the defense, things like that too, telling them exactly what he's going to be expecting from them. Yeah, this is just the first of many conversations, drills, meetings, practices, or whatever. This is going to be the first of many, and I'm definitely anxious to see how much of a positive, drastic difference this is going to be, even during minicamp and preseason. So, we got 4.5 months until the season starts, and then we'll really get to see how much of what that talk was like early on, before and after the draft, really plays off when the season starts. So I thought it was good. I'm not going to put a whole lot of stock into it because it's just talk and
Yeah,
it's just him getting to know these
it's always just talk, but it's refreshing because we don't.
Yeah.
That angle was different this season. It was different.
Oh, look who's in the house.
It definitely was.
Look who's in the house.
Hey, Don, we
Burke.
was just talking about you last week.
Don Burke. You want to come on right now, Burr?
Don, can you come on,
If you
Don?
want to come on right now, Don Burr.
We want to know how much you miss Ben Johnson. We want to know.
I want to talk with you, Don, and I want to see how you're feeling. Your feelings butthurt when Ben Johnson.
I know you're still crying in that car. I know you're still hurting.
But Don, we all know, man. He was the reason you guys lost that playoff game, getting 31 points on the board when your quarterback threw 5 interceptions. But he is the reason that you guys lost because he was, getting ready to come to Chicago. So good talk.
He was already 1 foot out the door, so he was like, "All right, well, I'm gonna holler at y'all later." So I'll see y'all.
I told Golf to throw it to that guy. I told Golf to throw it to that guy too. I mean, it's just.
Yeah, I'm loving what I was. I did.
I mean, does she want to come on too? I mean, you could change the background. Just
did he really have to add that last part though? Cooking in
Don, we all wish our wives, if we have them, were in a short skirt cooking right now. But it's 9:19. I don't know where you are.
Yeah, it's
going on in this kitchen.
If mine was doing that, would be on right now.
I'm right there with Paul.
If my wife was cooking
right there
with a short skirt on,
hey, that's what I said. Hey, podcast over.
Yeah,
podcast over. All right, fellas, I gotta go. There's some cooking going on.
I'll be podcasting somewhere else.
That's
all I'm trying to do.
Yeah, so I mean, my impressions was I liked the enthusiasm that I saw from the players that were that were interviewed. JJ. Tremaine Edmonds, Darnell Wright and Caleb Williams. It just seemed like like JB said, like a fresh air just hit the building. But we all know how this is. This is the honeymoon part right now. Not putting, like Mr. Chicago said, I'm not putting too much stock into it because all it is talk right now. We're going to get a chance to see him when he actually gets a chance to sit down and coach these players and see if he's going to actually do what he speaks upon. Right. I heard that they say like they love his intensity, which is good. We didn't get too much of that from Matt Eberflus. No. So
we got acronyms.
It just seems like the players that he's completely different from Matt Eberflus, and that has nothing to do but be a good thing because I was also listening to the show with Nick Wright and them. I forgot what's it called. So they were basically talking about the Bears and the 49ers and things of that nature. And what's that former Packer wide receiver? Not Donald Trailer.
Jennings.
James Jones. I think
that's James Jones. No, James Jones.
No, it's James Jennings. It's Jennings.
Jennings. It's
Greg Jennings, whatever.
Greg Jennings.
It was one of the damn former Packer wide receivers. He got on and he stated something that I alluded to was that the Bears had literally 7 to 8 games where they lost by 1 score or less last year. And you're talking about what, a 5-win team? And he was stating that. He was like, how can you
That's 12 wins right
put the 49ers, because right now they have the 49ers, the games that they're going to win is like, I think the betting odds are like 10.5.
They lost a lot of players, so I wouldn't be betting on San Francisco right now. They lost a lot of players, and they didn't gain much in the offseason.
Thank you, Don.
Yeah.
But,
so
the one thing that stood out to me about Caleb,
because I think one of the guys was talking about, oh well, how can you sit up there and say that the Bears are going to do this and they were a 5-win team, but then you say the 49ers are going to do this because he says in the matter of the Bears lost. He said, how many games did we see the Bears lose at the last minute because of coaching?
Yeah.
They had 7 games last year that they lost by 1 score or less. I think 4 or 5 of them was by 3 points or less.
That's true, but there's a lot to be said about other teams that kind of like had the same plight.
They didn't.
Nobody lost by 1 score. We had the most games lost by 1 score.
You gotta let me finish. Because on the flip side, Washington won a lot of games by one score.
Yeah.
And
See what I'm saying? So it's you know what I'm saying? It kind of balances itself out. Now, with coaching, right?
I don't know
the thing that you have to. The thing. No, I want Don Burr on.
That's nobody. So
Yeah.
The thing that we have to be very, very concerned about. Yeah, we lost games because of inept coaching in that particular coach's third year. What if we lose the same type of game because this is a rookie coach? We have to be able to. We have to see the forest for the trees, fellas.
Well, I'm gonna be objective about that, JB, and say this much. I'm not gonna sit there and go so far as to say that we won't lose a game or two by one score, and that would be expected. I'm not expecting. I am not expecting not even a first-time head coach to lose no damn 7 games. Because see, here's the thing, and Olin Krug said this, and I love that the fact that he used this analogy where he used this phrase. He said that what you're not changing, you're choosing. And the fact that losing that many damn times by one score, you didn't change after the third damn game, so you were choosing to lose these damn games by one damn score consistently. So that's on the coaching staff. They ain't just the head coach, because you got other people in your damn ear talking to you, ain't talking you off the ledge about how to clock manage, how to play timeout manage, how to ball manage. You got these other damn coaches in your ear for a damn reason, in that damn booth on the sideline. Ain't nobody saying nothing to you about how stupid you're being with not managing this damn game better than this. No.
Well, I think somebody did, but did it fall on deaf ears?
Maybe. But this coach that we have now, I have a hell of a lot more expectations.
But this is why I sit up there, and this is why I was on board of Ryan Poles keeping his job. Because for the simple fact, the job of a GM is to acquire the talent. The job of the coach is to coach up the talent. You're talking about a GM that has acquired the talent. 2 years, the last 2 fucking seasons, the Bears have lost 13 combined games by one score or less.
Ain't no great coach you ever heard of ever done some shit like that.
In 2 seasons, 13 fucking games. That's damn near a whole fucking season.
That's a fireable offense on the damn face of it. You ain't never heard of a great coach, much less even a good coach, losing that many damn games.
And that's in 2 seasons.
That's crazy as hell, man. I had the benefit of the doubt to believe Ben Johnson ain't losing that many damn games close. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you he ain't gonna lose no close games, because that happens to every coach. But
it
7,
does.
Hell no. I bet my house on that.
To allude to what Foul just stated, over, except because I'll give them the first year because we knew they were tanking, and even in the tank year, the 3 and 14 year, wasn't it 6 or 7 games we lost by one score? It was something like that.
That's actually about 20 games in 3 years. 21 games in 3 years you lose in one score. That's fucking ridiculous.
That's what,
y'all about to get me mad. Y'all brought this up.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, and that was a rookie coach who never did it before. I just want us to be a little bit more like let us see how Ben Johnson navigates first.
Why let us see how he down here. Why y'all bring me back down this lane? I was in a good mood, JB. Foul. I was in a real good mood. Y'all had to take me back down misery lane.
Listen, brother.
I don't appreciate that.
It's called revisionist history. We can never get to where we want to be if we don't address where we've been.
It's true. It's very true.
But I'm trying to have selective amnesia here about this shit, because we already been there. We better not go no damn more.
We don't do no selective amnesia shit. That's your fault.
It's some shit that I'm expecting. We better not ever get to a place where we're like that anymore. I better not ever see that shit again.
We don't want to, but like Foul said, 7 games, that's just last year. That's not including.
You're gonna keep driving it, JB.
Years 2 and 3, right? Foul, years 1 and 2. That's not including that.
And
so we just talking about,
like you said, I would give him a grace period his rookie season.
Yeah,
I
have
get that. But coming into year 2 and year 3, and you going and got to combine fucking 13 games that you gone and
Ain't
lost
no way. Ain't
by
no way. Ain't no
one
fucking
score
way.
or less.
Nope.
That's a hard fucking pill to.
But think about this.
It
Every coach is going to.
And that does not speak to talent. Like you said, that does
No,
not
it doesn't speak to talent. Actually, it sits up there and tells you that shit. Obviously, the talent is fucking there.
You got the talent to be in that position.
It's about decision making and adjustment.
Decision, that's what it's all about. Decision
making and adjustments from a coaching standpoint. If the coach is the reason why we're losing these damn games by one score, because listen, that looks different when you're talking about the reason why we lost this game is because of the damn players versus it being the damn coaches' reasons why we're losing these damn games this consecutively by one score. That looks completely different. Now we can't put this all on coaching. Y'all ass ain't out there executing. Versus,
but you know what else
the coaches didn't make the right damn decisions.
You know what else it does, Mr. Chicago? It makes people sit up there and believe that Chicago Bears fans are delusional because they say, you guys sit up there and think the Bears are this. You know, it's fucking hard to sit up there and swallow a pill when you lost 13 games in the last 2 years. That if you kind of think about it, both of them years could have been playoff years.
Last year for damn sure could have been a playoff year.
Both of those could have been playoff years.
Yeah.
And here it is. You sitting up there looking like, damn.
Foul. That ain't just one damn pill. You just had me drug overdose on fentanyl. That wasn't just one damn pill. You had me take the whole damn bottle to the head. That's ridiculous. You can't do that.
Let me give you
expect to still have your damn job. You should never be allowed to be a head coach ever again. In my book, I really and firmly believe that. He should never be allowed to be
Chicago. Let me give you a slight sliver of hope, and that would be in the process of Ryan Poles giving Ben Johnson what Ben Johnson feels he needs to succeed.
Yeah,
that is a sliver of hope that we have not had
around him. It's who I have a lot of faith in.
We have never cast. Angelo said, "I give you one." I ain't paying for everybody. I give you one.
Yeah.
Emery said, "I give you one."
And when you think about it, last year, a lot of us had hope because on paper we looked so skilled, but you still had the same coach. And every single person
on the last GM, Ryan.
Every single person on this panel straight up said
Ryan Pace, he gave you Khalil Mack. Like, he'll give you one.
Yeah. I mean, it was a big one, though. That was a very big one.
Think about this, though. From a
coaching standpoint. Angelo was a big one. You get Peppers. They always give you one.
But listen, from a coaching standpoint, we've never seen this franchise look that well.
That's the difference. Poles looked in the mirror and said, it's not about me.
But at the same time,
you need to succeed, Ben Johnson, and he went and did it.
At the same time, can't you look at that and be like, we never really had, other than last year, we never really had the salary cap to go out and get more.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
I want to expound on this other point I was making about the coaching staff. Since Lovey coaching staff had Rod Marinelli, Ron Rivera. Let me think about this. How many other coaches that was just notable names that we?
Yeah, are you just talking about the defense? Do you want to bring the OCs into?
I'm talking about notable names that we mentioned that was a pretty good.
I'm going to say Mike March is number one.
He was a good name because he was a great coach.
He was a good name.
Yeah, but it's like it didn't last and it transitioned very well to Chicago versus what he did in St. Louis. But this coaching staff, the Al Harrises, the Antoine Randall, the Eric damn Bieniemy, who I am very fucking fond of, Dennis Allen. These names, these individual
there are
coaches,
people who have been there before.
They've been there and they've done.
We don't get that
to a high level to a certain extent. Most of them have done it to a high level, and damn it, they have like Eric Bieniemy has been successful at what he's done as a running back coach for Kansas City and as an offensive coordinator for Kansas City because he was both.
There you go, Jeanette. Jeanette just said it. There you go, Jeanette. I told y'all at the beginning of the season, ingredients don't mean shit if the cooks try. You damn right.
Absolutely. You can have all the damn ingredients, but damn, the chef got to know how to chef. He got to be chefing.
Bullets, I have been saying the last few years they have had the salary cap. I'm saying like before that, I don't remember them ever having this much salary cap. under any of our other
been the salary.
No, because they would give you one splash, right?
Yes,
they would give you one splash, and then they would pay people.
But the wrong.
No, they would pay people that you would like. Why are you paying him?
The wrong coaching staff.
I'll never forget. And Frank, you bring this up more than anybody. We were talking about having a left tackle. We brought in a guy by the name of Jason Peters, who's 137 years old.
He really was.
Good.
And that ended up being our best goddamn lineman.
Yeah.
That's an indictment on the damn coaching staff. That's an indictment on the damn franchise. That your
but that's my
6-year-old offensive tackle is the
but
best
that's my point.
Damn line.
That's my point. Your evaluation was off. Your scouting department was off. Your player pro personnel was off. And like everybody that had a job to do just kind of like passed the buck.
Fireable offense, man. There were too many fireable offenses on this damn franchise.
In my opinion, with the staff that's been collective now, you inherently have checks and balances.
I agree.
I've never seen staff this
very
strong.
well said on that.
I've never. You know what?
Maybe New England.
Maybe New England when they was on their
no. I'm talking about Chicago. No. I've never seen a Bears staff this strong.
Never.
And that's going back to when we had Buddy Ryan, the greatest defensive-minded coach that ever existed. And
watch this. Who was the OC? Nobody remembers that.
I always forget who the damn OC was.
Because Mike Dicker called the plays. It didn't matter.
Hey, Pace not getting paid, not paying Elshon, did that really hurt us? Because Elshon didn't really have any other career after he left Chicago.
He won a Super Bowl.
He had like one, maybe two good years, but he was always
no. Listen, he did, but he won a Super Bowl in Philly with Nick Foles.
Yeah, he did.
I had to remember that. He was like a number 9 receiver after that. But.
Oh, here you go. Which reminds me to go back to whose comment was that earlier about who was our number 3 receiver? Was that Tucson?
I have that saved to go in the comments. So we'll do that one first.
Let's because I know we're getting long.
Question.
We're getting long.
I just want to know who is our wide receiver number 3. That is
Zacchaeus.
I think it's Zacchaeus. I think so. Now, listen, personally, because Keenan Allen is still out there, it hasn't been any talk yet, but he definitely wants to either come back to Chicago or go back to the Chargers.
We're not bringing him back.
I'm okay with bringing him back, man, because I want him to run it back. Because now we got
the Chargers just pick up somebody like.
They brought Mike Williams back.
Speedy spot receiver.
Yeah. Mike Williams from was it Pittsburgh or? I
just know they brought somebody back, and that's basically Keenan Allen's spot.
Yeah, that was Mike Williams on.
Mike Williams don't play the same spot as Keenan Allen do. They're two different.
They were actually playing together, and they were actually pretty formidable when they were both
on
the damn field together.
But I'm talking about with the number of people that's on the team, because remember, right now they got how you say his name? Quentin Johnson, the kid from TCU, and they got a Lad McConkey, right? Isn't it? That's who their number 1 and 2
McConkey's the number 1 guy. Yeah.
So Mike Williams, and it becomes the 3. But with us, like I would have said, for me, I feel like McCole Hardman would have been that speed guy, but him and Tyler Scott, the only difference is McCole Hardman catches the ball. That's not for debate because we don't know what's going on. Other than that, if you go veteran, I mean, you got to bring in Tyler Lockett. Right?
I would love a Tyler Lockett. Yeah, I would love
it. He's definitely a veteran slot receiver. I was hoping we would have the Cooper Kupp, though, before the damn Seahawks got him. I was like, damn. I didn't realize he was chasing the bag like that. I didn't know that.
Now, he went to Seahawks, right?
Yeah, he was Seahawks.
I don't think he was chasing the bag. Just somebody gave him the bag.
You have to think about the Seahawks. You have to think about
He told y'all he was getting
the Seahawks. Lockett ain't there and DK gone, so they had to get somebody.
Yeah, so they had to pay somebody to get there. Yeah, they need some type of weapon there.
Yeah, and they still got Jackson Smith and Jigma over there, but it's going to be up for grabs.
He's still on a rookie deal. He don't count against no money. He's still on a rookie deal.
I'm saying he's going to probably be the number 1 receiver over there.
Yeah, he is.
Hands down. Hands down.
But no, I just think that for me, the one thing that stood out to me in the press conference about what Caleb said was that he understood that, and you could see the refreshing look on his face when he talked about him and Ben Johnson talking, and how he recognized the fact that he's 1 year removed from being a rookie, 1 year removed from being, a college player. And so the ups and downs that he went through last year, in most cases he had to go through that in order to really grow. He's coming to his second year.
In the house. What up, fam?
Him and Ben Johnson going to be the best of friends, man. This is going to be the greatest gift to him because they're going to be so locked in
the house.
That chemistry is going to be there, man. So I'm definitely
he got to get it first.
Well.
See, that's what me and you don't fight. He got it. No.
He will get it.
We hope.
I have belief that Caleb will get it. I got belief in it.
Let's get to the next question on this one. And this one was from David. What do you guys think about this one? Who want to bet that Rome has more yards than DJ this year?
I'm going to tell you this much. Whoever blocks the most, whoever blocks the most, whoever blocks the best or the most will have the most yards. Because if you look at how Ben Johnson played with Amon-Ra St. Brown, Amon-Ra St. Brown took excitement and took enthusiasm fucking blocking for his damn players. He loved to block for his players. So whoever the hell is taking the initiative to block when it comes to Rome and DJ, that's the ones who are going to get the most targets and who are going to get the damn most touchdowns.
So let me tell you something. It's going to be the realest stuff I ever tell y'all. If you look at the line play of what Ben Johnson had, Ben Johnson don't throw a lot of screens.
He throws a lot of slants.
He throws a lot of slants.
That's what the hell I want. That's what the hell I've been asking for
That's
years,
another
Frank.
reason why he beefed up that interior. It was not just
how long have we been fucking complaining about that shit for years, Frank?
DJ Moore, who is a slant. Y'all remember? Hey, DJ, unfortunately, it does not look that DJ could run all the routes. But when DJ was in Carolina, he was all they had.
Man, that's all
he ran. He ran everything. He just got touchdowns on the deep route.
Yeah.
In Chicago, he damn near got more screens. No, I'm sorry, he did get more screens than more screens.
Oh, hands down.
Any damn body.
Well, one of the reasons why that is
got
because
more damn screens than
DJ is such a dynamic wide receiver when he has the ball in his hands. We all seen what he can do when he has the ball in his hands. He's like a damn little running back. He doesn't go down easy. He makes slight little cuts like he's a running back.
He's very versatile. He's a very versatile.
You damn sure have to figure out a way. To me, I think DJ Moore should have the most yards, but then again, it's all up to Caleb. Caleb has a man crush on Rome. He's going to be looking to aim and try to hit Rome a lot more often, especially with Keenan Allen gone now as well. And Rome is a bigger target.
Going to stretch the field.
That's my big thing.
But Rome don't have DJ's hands.
Rome got hands.
Not many receivers.
Rome got hands now. We don't do that.
Rome does.
No, we're not saying that he don't.
They're getting stronger.
We said he don't have DJ's hands. He don't have DJ's hands.
No. Well, Rome's going to, if y'all look at that numbers, so I think DJ had about 800, 900 yards last year. Rome had 600. Keenan had 600.
DJ was not featured in the vertical passing game like he should have been.
No, it was all quick hits.
He was featured in the short game.
It was. Rome is a stretch
that was also
the field
because Caleb
receiver,
struggled
though.
at hitting that deep ball too. Caleb was really
Rome
bad.
can stretch the field, and I'm almost certain that Ben is going to utilize Rome similar to how he did Jameson Williams over there.
Which is, well, first of all, he's not as fast as Jameson Williams.
He ain't as fast, but he can catch them deep balls down them over the top.
This is the thing. He needs to be utilized more because a lot of people don't know this about Rome. His vertical is ridiculous.
I was like,
he has a
phenomenal.
He's not crazy tall, but his vertical is.
He can go up there and go get that.
Oh, he's tall. He's 6'3".
He can go up there and go get it. And y'all seen him in Washington when he was in college. He got a lot of them 50-50 balls up in the air to go get the damn ball.
He cost me money in the national championship game.
One thing that I want Rome to work on, and I hope that he did that, I want him to work on getting stronger in the upper body and damn sure in the lower body. It's too many times where his legs just look like they're going to give out. And that comes from not sitting up there doing squats, you know what I'm saying, working on your lower body. If his lower body, if his legs can get a lot stronger, you will see Rome Odunze become a much better player because he'll be able to control himself. Like a lot of times we saw him where he caught the ball, and then when he tried to make a cut, he looked like he's about to fall, and it makes the defender easier to get him.
And listen, he has to get better with his blocking too. He has to get better with blocking.
In this system, he ain't gonna have no choice.
This was just his
he
first
won't be on the field.
He just got a full year under his belt learning the NFL, so expect better things from him this year.
We definitely want better things, but we have to be realistic too. Yeah. Because here's the thing. For me, I would rather DJ Moore be your deep threat and Rome be your intermediate threat or your 50-50 ball in the red zone. That's what I would rather do.
That route running expertise is what we would like for.
I think it's going to be circumstantial, right? So I really do think it's going to be some games where we're going to see that
he's going to switch him up for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be
that's what our new coach does. I mean, him as an OC in Detroit, he always flipped those things.
He does, but there's a caveat to that, fellas, too.
Whoever
wasn't the best deep ball thrower either.
No, I'm hoping that changes this year.
That's going to change. Now,
his footwork has to
said that in the press conference about how he's going to be under center a hell of a lot more with Ben Johnson. And the one thing I love that Caleb said was that he's already in the midst of practicing that right now. So that way, when it comes time for mini camp and training camp and preseason, he's going to already pretty much have his mindset on being under center a lot more, which we definitely need that. We need him to have that cadence with that new center now. So now the center can call out the defense on what's happening in front of him. If he don't understand the scheme that they're running, he can see that under center now, and he can call that shit out. So that's going to be huge, man.
See, you going to make me dig deep. He better, because Dahlman got a lot of stupid-ass fucking fumbles on the connection. So he better get under center.
Yeah. Well, before we get up out of here and get into some shout-outs, I want to ask you guys one quick question. Who is it that you would like to see the Bears draft besides the player that you already want him to draft? Like, Frank, I know you want Will Campbell. Who is a player that you would like for the Bears to get, being realistically that they can get? You know what I'm saying? Outside of the person that you
taking and trading up or trading back as well? Are we using
it's just like, I mean, you got your GM hat on. You can't get Will Campbell. So that, because we know that's who you want. Who is another player that you're looking at that maybe you haven't really too much thought about, or we haven't really said about that person? Because I have a person in mind. Okay. Who do you like to see the Bears get?
After listening to what Adonijay said about Will Campbell, not taking you out of the equation there, Foul, but hearing it from him as well, I understand it a little bit more. But after that, I did really go watch a lot of tape on that Mumbai guy from, what was it, Missouri?
Mizzou, yeah.
That guy is a freaking monster. I would not mind him at left tackle. I still want to assure my left tackle spot. But at the same time, I'm not giving up on that Yale guy too, so it's very hard. I'm giving up on Braxton Jones. There's no question about
that. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, but I'm still getting that sure thing that I'm confident with in Mumbai at left tackle, so I still want to get him.
Okay. What about you, Mr. Chicago?
Well, a name that we don't talk about enough, and Foul, you can recognize who this person is. My boy Colston Loveland. Now, again, Warren gets talked about a lot at Penn State, and he was a damn good tight end, but Colston, I think, would be a fucking matchup nightmare. I would love to see that size on this line, beefing up this line to help with pass protection and with run blocking as well, and then catching those passes, being that safety net for Caleb in certain situations, whatever. I like Tyler Warren, but I think Colston Loveland would be much more of a matchup problem than even Warren is, because he's bigger. Warren is faster, and obviously he was a go-to guy with Penn State, and so was Colston Loveland.
Warren is not faster than Loveland.
Did they
Warren ran a 4.5, didn't he?
I thought he did. Didn't he?
He ran a 4.5, pal.
Oh, yeah. He might. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I would feel like this. Yeah. It's 40 time, and then it's time that I see on the football field. And when I see,
I think Colston is a lot harder to tackle. Colston Loveland's a big.
Colston to me is a lot. He's a lot smoother as far as a route runner. He seems like he catches the ball better and he's faster to me. That's what it looks like to me.
He looks tougher and stronger to me too. Like,
you got to remember
Warren, I definitely say was stronger.
Well, you got to remember, James Franklin did to Tyler Warren what he did to Mike Gesicki, he played a lot of out, like he was the receiver as well.
Yeah.
To just outbig certain players. That wasn't necessarily indicative of his speed. It was just go be bigger than everybody.
Yeah, and Colson Loveland was actually put in that tight end position in Michigan a lot more because we predicted
he got hurt. Loveland got hurt. Remember, Loveland got hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt. I mean, he was already like a first team preseason All-American, but unfortunately, from Michigan's bad QB play and the injuries, it didn't look good. Yeah, and even still within there, he's still going to be a first round pick. So JB, who would you like for the Bears to get? First of all, who's the player that you wanted them to get, or you want them to get the most, and then who's the player that we're not really thinking about?
The player I wanted them to get the most was I wanted them to trade up to get Abdul Carter. That's who I wanted the most. I don't want no shade. Don't want Kelvin Banks. I did see Clint Ewers run for his life a little too much on that side. I do not want Michael Williams. I did not want Michael Williams. Because to me, that's giving me Leonard Floyd vibes, right? Been there, done that.
Floyd was good, though. I like Floyd.
I mean, Floyd wasn't really much here. He went out and did a lot more successful when he was behind.
Floyd was not
here with us, too.
Floyd was not bad here, but the reason I'm saying is we can get that, fellas. We can get that in the second round or third. We don't have to get that with the number 10 pick.
Agreed. That's the fact we already got it on the team and probably Dale.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope he's like a Leonard Floyd kind of guy.
We're gonna figure it out, right? But like I said last week, for me, I want the Bears to do something monumental, and I want them to trade up, go get Travis Hunter. That takes care of your slot receiver and your nickel back.
That's way too high.
No. He asked me what I wanted. That is what I want. That is my Christmas gift.
Chicago, you didn't hear like him say that last week. Like after he explained that, I was just like, I mean, damn, I'm not mad at that because when you think about that, this coach made it very well known. Well, our DC, Allen, made it very well known. Tyler Gordon is going to be going through training camp as a cornerback because he sees more potential at the cornerback. And he thinks he's better. He didn't say that, but he thinks he's better than Stevenson, which I think he is too.
Yes.
But then you think about that and you go in and bring in Sanders at like, oh, man. You bring in Hunter to be your possible
Are we playing him at corner or are we playing him at receiver?
So I got you. Listen to me. He automatically becomes your slot, which is your third receiver, because they're not on the field all the time. And he also becomes your nickel because in Dennis Allen's defense, he runs more of a traditional 4-3. And when he does switch to nickel defense and Travis comes in, you have literally solidified two positions with one player. He's not playing too many plays because you're not running that play all the time.
I'm not mad at that pick. I mean, obviously, the player that I really want us to get is Mason Graham if he falls to us. But yeah, like I said, from a tight end perspective, beefing up that line to help protect Caleb and give him another available target to throw to. I want to see the numbers go up, man. I want to see the passing yards go up. I want to see the touchdowns go up. I want to see the quarterback rating stay consistently high. I want to see that for him. We need points, damn it. I don't need no more 17 damn point games. Now, I'm not saying I don't want any of them, but I need points. We need to score points to win these damn games and stop relying on us solely stopping the other team from scoring.
You don't think Travis Hunter going to get you points? You don't think Travis Hunter going to get you points?
He can get you points.
He'll help. He will help. But the way we get the ball back is stopping the damn run. Ain't nobody running up that damn middle with Mason Graham miss. You getting your ass stopped at the line.
Hey, sir, we already established. We got Grady Jarrett for another 2 years.
I know. And Grady's still
I'll put it to you like this. The player that I would like for the Bears to get that we haven't really probably talked about too much, but actually had a pretty damn good season in college last year.
It's a Michigan guy, isn't it?
Nah.
Damn it.
I want them to get Kenneth Grant, but
I love Kenneth Grant too.
I want Mike Green from Marshall.
Well, I'm about to say, what made you go there?
Yeah.
No, real talk. What made you go there?
Yeah,
what made me go there was that when you look at a guy like Mike Green, one, he has the speed off the edge.
He does.
He's tall, and he has a variety of moves. He's not just the one guy that sits up there like they were talking about with James Pierce over there at Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? He may be the fastest defensive end.
Got one move
in the
draft,
but that one goddamn move is just boom, straight to him. With Mike Green, he got the spin, he got the hands. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He can get to the quarterback in so many ways, and the man has 17 sacks in the ACC.
And he was only a sophomore, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, he only was a freshman, wasn't he?
I mean, listen, Carter is a versatile one too now.
Cool.
I mean,
Mike Green
is strong.
Mike Green's coming out.
I thought he was young though. I thought he was coming out as like a freshman though.
No, you can't. You got to play at least 3 years. You can't come out till your junior year.
You can't do that. But no, I mean, Abdul Carter has some of the same qualities though. Now that I think about it, because I didn't give Green much thought until you said that. Now I'm thinking about it.
Green is also. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think he's bigger than Abdul Carter.
He's
6'4".
I think he's taller, right?
He's
6'4", 240.
Right. I was about to say he's a little slight in the weight, but that was interesting to me because
he's only a junior this year, so he's coming out as junior.
All right.
You dug in the crates with that one because I was saying like at that particular point when you have a Dale that's 6'4", 285, a bigger guy, whereas
I like that Green thing though. That's
he's not bad, but then I look at it like a lot of people didn't see Marshall games, so they don't really know who we talking about.
Yeah.
They better look at some fucking highlights and some film.
I didn't watch a lot of Marshall games, but I seen the highlights once he started.
He was pretty much like their only weapon.
On my list.
I had to go back and look at him. I was like,
he's on my list because he can play. He's a NASCAR guy. Third down. Let's go. He gone.
He might be somebody that you'd be willing to trade back and still get maybe at like a 15 or a 16.
Well, Al didn't say a 10.
Not at 10. I wouldn't say at 10 though.
I'm saying you didn't say a 10, right?
12.
He might be like I think early second round. He might be early second round.
Yeah. But
no, I know Foul, you talking about trading back and getting Mike Green a little later, right?
In the first round.
In the first round, I would.
I'm saying
I can't trade back too far. I can't go to like.
No, because
you would try to stay at least in the top 15. Yeah, you would have
a top 5 edge rusher. So we're not talking about getting him in the third. Hey, I'd rather have him than Michael Williams.
No, you fucking right about that.
Yeah. Michael Williams, ain't he from
Georgia?
I know that name.
Well, let's go ahead.
The only other person the only person I would get if he's not available, I would look at Shamar Stewart. That would be the only other one.
Doing pretty good.
Well, we can go on ahead and get
you want to start us off with
about that time. It's time to wrap it up. Go on ahead, Mr. Chicago. Kick it off.
Always. I appreciate y'all as always on Tuesdays. You know, they talk Chicago sports, of all sports, not just Bears sports, but definitely appreciate y'all for, have me on again. Definitely appreciate the direction that we're seeing Chicago sports looking to go to. We're looking on the horizon of revamping and reestablishing ourselves as the number one sports city in the damn country, right? So our teams aren't currently the best ones yet, but with the right influence and the right decisions being made, I think we're on our way to making those decisions. So I'm thankful and appreciative of that. Obviously Bears, the Bulls have had some high ups here and there. Obviously we still a star or two away from really making some damn noise in the NBA, but we'll see what happens during the offseason. Cubs are moving in the right direction. We seem to have some sense of talent on the team. White Sox, the jury's still out. I can't really say too much about that.
They're 2-10. They suck.
Yeah,
we had a great 3 first games.
Yeah, we really did. It was like looking promising, and then hell, we was looking better than the damn Braves because the Braves
We knew they were going to
ain't won a damn game since the damn season started, and so I was like, well, hell, at least we ain't the Braves. But no, just to see what direction that we're going in for the most part, I'm getting hopeful and optimistic about Chicago sports and hoping that we get back to being great on all levels. So that I'm looking forward to. And then last but not least, let me just give a quick shout out to the damn weather now. Because it's spring season and obviously it's a lot of pollen down here in Georgia. The kids been sneezing, coughing up a damn storm, but they starting to get better. I'm just happy that the damn weather is now starting to get warm out here. Because being from Chicago, I hate the damn cold. It takes you longer to warm up than it does to cool down. And I love to not have to wear a bunch of damn layers all the damn time.
Can't wait to follow up on that one, let me tell you.
I'm looking forward to a beautiful spring down here. Unlike y'all up there in Chicago, I get all 4 damn seasons down here. So I'm very thankful.
We get all 4 seasons in a day.
Yeah, I do. It's in a matter of 6 hours most days. But the springtime down here, it's beautiful down here, man. It be lit in the A, man, down here for spring and summertime. So I'm looking forward to enjoying it and going on vacation with my wife and my kids. Seeing what's going to happen throughout the summer to see how well we look in mini camp and spring training. So yeah, man, that's all for me. Chicago against the damn world.
All right, let me follow up with that one by saying fuck the weather. It fucking snowed here yesterday, so
what the hell? See, y'all keep that shit up there. I don't want no parts of that.
It's like I cannot say anything positive against the weather. The weather can kiss my ass.
Ain't no damn way.
But I'll keep my shout outs a little short. I'll give a little shout out. I don't know if it's really a shout out, but the Blackhawks finished their season second to last. That second pick though, I love. That is the guy I want to have. He is a 6'3" center. His junior year contract is up this year, so he will immediately join the Blackhawks. So I'm excited what next season is going to bring. So my shout out to the Blackhawks is you better go get a fucking coach. Get me a coach. Because that
Blackhawks
shit
are the White Sox of hockey, basically.
Yes, basically. But at least the Blackhawks have young talent. The White Sox ain't got shit. I don't know anything. The White Sox.
I don't even know half the guys I was watching the other day.
It's like watching a major. It's like watching a major league rerun. You're looking at the roster, and you're like, who the fuck are these guys? Like I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
Frank, is there any coach in particular that you would like?
I gotta do like a little short of the coaches I like. There is one coach I really like. He used to be the Vegas Golden Knights coach. He was actually their first coach when they came up with the expansion.
Okay.
And then after he left Vegas, because they kept saying he got him to a Stanley Cup final, didn't win, got him a lot of playoff runs, couldn't win. Then he went to, I believe, New York, where New York is just a failing organization right now with the Rangers. So he didn't last long there, and then he just took some time off. But he's ready to come back, and that's who I want, and that's Jared Gallant, because the system he runs is so perfectly set with the young core players we have already. So that's who I desperately want in a Blackhawks uniform. But I mainly want an experienced coach. Don't get me out. Don't go and get me another young, stupid puppet who's never did a head coaching job in the NHL. That's all
Gotcha. No one wet behind the ears.
Exactly. I don't want anybody new. I don't want a head coach over in, Caucus fucking Stan or whatever the fuck these places are called nowadays. Like, I don't want that shit. I want an experienced, I've been their head coach.
Yes.
So, that's it for my shout-outs.
All right. Let me just jump in here real quick, be the man in the middle. Pause. So, quick shout-out.
I appreciate the pause. I appreciate the pause.
I ain't doing that to my goddamn self. Anywho,
You forgot though. I took care of broadcasting this morning.
You got me. All right. quick shout out to my Cubs who are starting off good, good timely hitting, being patient at the plate and whatnot. So far, after, like I said, starting off the season, losing to the Dodgers over in Japan, coming out strong, winning the last 3 series, swept the A's, beat the Padres in that series, and now won the first 2 games against the Rangers here in this series, going for the sweep. So shout out to them real quick. And then I want to give a shout out to Keds and No Man. We have it set up for Foulmouth C to make a guest appearance on Sunday's show. So if you guys want to see Foulmouth guest appear on a different show, kind of show Clubhouse some love, kind of show our support there for Foulmouth and whatnot, check them out. Not sure on the time yet, but like I said, for sure Sunday, Foulmouth will be there talking Bears football. And like I said, they have a long show. They usually go about 3 hours long. Not sure Foulmouth is going to go that long, but, catch them on there for maybe an hour.
Doesn't even like going too.
No, he won't.
He
won't. He gonna be sleep. He gonna be sleep in the middle of the
Ricky will take care of that, man. Ricky will come take care of that one.
Definitely.
But anyways, like I said, look for us to do that more. I'm going to have JB and the Miss Chicago and Frank the Tank to kind of guest feature on different programs, that you see on YouTube and stuff like that. So look for us on other channels and here and there. So I said, but other than that, I'm all done with that. That's the end of my shout outs, guys. You guys be good, be safe out there.
Hey, Crook, you'll be happy to know that when the Cubs come down here to play the Braves, I will be going to that game.
Oh, okay.
I will be going to that game. Go watch
that
the
game
Cubs.
is guaranteed to be more entertaining than you going to a Sox game. So,
Hey,
That is cheap, though.
You didn't have to do all that. See, Crook.
It'd be a lot cheaper to go to a Sox game.
See, you didn't have to sip and pee in the man's milkshake like that. You had to do that.
Well, then you're melting the milkshake.
I didn't mean to piss on your Cheerios. My bad. And with that, I'm going back into the.
That's what she said.
Yo, you up, JB?
how am I supposed to follow that, man?
Bobby, put him in the bedroom. Sonny, any mushes in there, he ain't gonna fit. I don't give a fuck. Put him in.
That's hilarious.
All right, like for real. I just want, and I root for the Cubs. Right? This is a Chicago team. I don't like the Cubs, but I root for the Cubs.
Man, same here. I'm a diehard White Sox fan, but
I don't know what the hell the White Sox are doing.
I don't know either.
Luis Roberts, Andrew Benintendi, that's all I know. And I know everybody is, not everybody, but most people are leaning towards that new bat, that torpedo bat. That's all I know.
Yep.
Other than that, there hasn't been much Chicago baseball that I wanted to really partake of, but it's whatever. Bullets did ask a very good question. When were we going to do a mock draft?
We do usually do that the week before the draft, don't we?
Yeah, week before.
That is in the works. We've been kind of giving you, like Foul suggested, he's been giving you all teasers to what we wanted before we get on to our actual draft, which we will probably have out in a couple of weeks. Only thing is this, with the way that the Bears kind of already did things in free agency, the direction might not be what we think. It might actually be to do something what the Bears normally don't do. And if they really want Ashton Genty, all the prognostication in the world don't matter if Ryan Poles is like, no, Ben Johnson wants that guy.
You gotta trust them.
Both Poles and Ian Cunningham, who's now returned as the assistant GM. So we know Cunningham has a lot of influence in that room as well. So,
and we have to honor that because, again, that's the new trend of the Bears doing something that we normally don't see them do.
And did you
have to appreciate that.
Did you actually see the interview from, I believe it was Cam Newton who was talking about Genty, where he was saying, it was like, a lot of people thought CJ or McCaffrey going to a small school was nothing as well, and look what he came out. So it's just like, it's a good point, but you only gave us really one name.
But that's the thing. Christian McCaffrey didn't go to a small school. He went to Stanford. That's like,
yeah, that's not really a small school, is it?
no,
It's not, but it's like.
But he was making a point like it was not Alabama or Ohio State or
right.
like those big.
Stanford ain't one of those premier college football team programs.
They were for a little.
No, they used to be.
That was a long ass time ago, though. That was a long time ago. It ain't been recently, though.
But my point being to continue to answer Bullet's question, it was we're gonna sit down, we're gonna have to do our research and really get our mocks together. Because again, like I said, and if Ashton Genty is not, because remember, we may want to trade up to get him. That doesn't mean that other teams are gonna play ball with him.
Right.
Speaking of that, do we want to do another live draft for the first round like we did? I don't think we did that last year, but we did that the year before, didn't we?
Right, we were live during the draft. The first round that Thursday until the Bears pick. Yes, I'm game.
I'm game to do that if we decide to do that.
Yeah, I'm definitely game. Let me get into these shout outs. I just want to put that out there, answering Bullet's question. But shout out to Dan Tanner, first guy up. Jeanette Johnson, David was on. Easy popped in real quick. That man getting married, so I know he got a lot going on. Jay Grizz, I need you to come pop back on, brother. We got a wrap. TTNL Runaway, I need to see you. Like, come on, TTNL Runaway. You got great taste, great one-liners, great quick hitters. I need you to come on. Because you know what? This is what we say to TTNL. Next time you see that was the alley-oop, right?
He's dropping the ball. Yeah, he
Next
already
time you hear grown folks talking, shut the fuck up here.
Rivalries are rivalries. It is what it is. Yeah. Chicago, you know that's the only way to be.
Hey. It is, man. That's how
they want to keep giving us more people. I mean, I'm not complaining. Let them keep doing what they're doing and keep sending us more people because those people can't deal with their shit anymore.
Hey, and for those that don't know, Channel 2 don't like Channel 5, 5 don't like 2, 7 don't like 2, 5, and 9, and Fox hate them all. So it is what it is.
We never talk. Ding, ding. We never talk shit about them until they have to constantly all of a sudden start talking shit about us and our guy Sean Sierra, where they were decided to talk shit.
We from Chicago. We do the business better than anybody.
Hey, listen, man. I heard 50 Cent say this before. It's like, listen, man, when there's no problem, there's no problem. But when people say they want a problem, now it's a problem.
Keep going, JB. Let's get.
I don't mind being problematic.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
But anyway, back to it. Like I said, Jay Grizz, haven't hollered at you in a minute. Need you to get back on, Jay Grizz, give you a segment. David, we'd love for you to come on. David be on fire, first of all.
I might as well just tell David to jump in here one day.
Tell David to jump in one day. Bears Down came back. Thank you, Bears Down. They was really carrying us for like the bulk of it. Shout out to Logan and Leah. Thank you all for chiming in. Gargoyle One checks in. I want to also say Brian Price, even though he's a Packer fan, Brian Price is palatable. We can stomach Brian. So thank you, Brian, for chiming in. Tucson J, always coming in with that fire. A lot of good banter back and forth. Slow night tonight, but we did get to see Don Burr. Don Burr is not on the submarine right now. He is at home with his lovely wife, getting a meal. Shout out to Don Burr.
That was funny. That was funny about the whole cooking thing. That was funny.
Hey, man, he living the dream.
It really made me think a little bit. Like I'm like gonna be looking at my kitchen a little bit differently. Like,
hey man, ain't shit in my kitchen with some appliances.
All right, we get no ideas, Frank.
You know, shout out to Crook because Crook always taking care. He had some business to take care of. Came on late and still represented. So shout out to him. Shout out to my West Coast brother, my brother from another Bullets. Giving that Cali love. I know
you missed all the LeBron James talk though in the beginning.
Oh, we'll get him back on because he definitely got some heat for us. I love going back. Hey, Gerald Hunley, I believe fouled. That was one of your peeps. Thank you, Gerald.
That's my boy right there.
Yep, appreciate Gerald for chiming in. You know, and as we're rolling and winding up, and that would be it. And I would say this. Shout out to you fellas. Thank Mr. Chicago, Foul, Always a pleasure. You know how my Tuesdays are important to me. Shout out to SB. Shout out to anybody else in the background that's watching. We affectionately call them, or maybe I'm not doing that right. That ain't my segment.
L for love. Good times.
Just wanted to make sure we got it in there.
Good times.
So, and although we don't have shout outs anymore for paying bills, you still got to have that.
But you got to have vision.
We don't gotta say what it is. We'll just say vision.
And we appreciate.
I have vision.
We appreciate Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson with their current vision.
Working together.
Far so good.
They are.
I wish Jerry Reisendorf. You got me saying Reisendorf. Jerry
Reisendorf
would get some damn vision and get rid of Mutt and Jeff over there.
Bagger.
But no, oh, you silly. And you already know if we only got one person watching on the video and it's the podcast, mom. It's Miss Sandra Mom.
The mom.
For sure. Hey, now on to my shout outs. First of all, if you like the content that you heard today, please remember to like and subscribe to the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast. Okay, we got a whole network. Monday, we have the Crooked Commish with his fantasy show. Tuesday, the Chicago Clubhouse Podcast. Wednesday, she said what she said. Damn it. Thursday, depending on the season, is either bull spit or plump. Friday, usually Easy does it, but Easy ain't been doing it lately.
Easy getting married.
Yeah, Easy getting married. Easy with Joe. I'm about to do some of that Jeezy stuff.
Lost my mind.
Yeah. So, also, the chat was lit tonight. We'd like to thank everybody for commenting in the chat, keeping the show going on. This is what we love to do. Like I said, we're not like most podcasts. We love to sometimes put the faces with the comments that we see. So we'll love, and sometimes we will invite you guys on to come in and give us your, your breakdown on anything Chicago sports, hell, just in sports in general. Because we love giving back. We love interacting with people. That's just what we do here. We're very different from a lot of other shows, a lot of other podcasts. They just sit up there and talk. And then if you don't agree with them, they'll cuss your ass out. We don't really do that here.
We know who that is.
Yeah, we don't do that here. So also want to give a shout out, like I said, to you brothers, Frank the Tank, JB, Mr. Chicago, the Crooked Commish, our boy T-Nick is not even here. He's taking some time off. So that's fine with us. Take as much time as you need. Shit, fuck it. Also give a shout out to the kiddies. One thing that I did want to say, specifically talking to you guys, we all know that we always do a Chicago takeover. I already know one spot where they're going to do it at, and they're going to do it again.
Already?
It's going to be Las Vegas. We play the Raiders in Las Vegas. So, free. Save some coins. Mr. Chicago save some coins. JB save some coins because let's go to Vegas. Why not? Catch the Bears playing the Raiders. Even though they haven't came out with the schedule, but it is an away game. So that's something that we definitely should do. Definitely should catch up with each other in Vegas.
Yeah, we got Baltimore away. We got the Raiders
Cincinnati away. I think I'm gonna make a road trip to Cincinnati, but
that B-more game sound like it's gonna be that's gonna be tough.
Yeah, it's be a motherfucker. Yeah. Besides that, I want to give a shout out to all the Chicago sports teams. Even though we're not looking the best right now, still like to give you guys a shout out. Blackhawks, Bulls, Sox, Cubs, Bears, and Sky. Hell, even the Chicago Fire. I give a shout out to the kiddies. It ain't quite bedtime yet. Well, for one of them it is, the other one it isn't. And Ricky's knocked out, so that's why he didn't join us, because he's over there with his big sister knocked out. So he's milk drunk right now. So
oh wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's starting to get more hours of sleep these days now, huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the good times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you. And shout out to my beautiful, gorgeous, sexy. She's not in the miniskirt number.
Or cooking at 10:15 at night.
She damn sure ain't doing that. Other than that, I'm done. So for Frank the Tank, JB, Mr. Chicago, the super producer, the back to crooked commission, our boy T Nick, that's taking some time off. I'm 5 Mile C. And guess what, people?
Later.
You got to decide whether you're a wolf or a sheep.
Bye.
Good night, Austria.
Hey, you see they brought back a dire wolf, right?
This has been a Chicago Clubhouse Network production.
We straight Games of Thrones in this bitch.
Hit it.
Who got it done?
Man, they over there playing God, on the mix genetic codes and shit.
Good night, Yugoslav.
You're still here. It's over.